Bro, it took so long for the stream to freaking start. I had, like, I don't know what was going on. YouTube was like, just get going, connected. We're connecting to OBS. We're connecting to OBS. Like, what the fuck? Anyways, I was trying to, like, get everything situated while everybody else would be, like, waiting, looking at our image, but we got, dang, bro. So anyways, I just wanted to talk about some things first, originally, and then we can get into it. But, like, it has been crazy. Like, God, it has been crazy. Because initially, posts slowed down because I was trying to get, well, I don't even know. I don't even remember if it had to do with this, but originally from that first post with, like, the hot dog pooping itself picture, that slowdown came from me going to so many, like, social events, so I never had time to, like, edit videos and stuff. So then I started, getting back on track of editing videos, but we also had, I just had a big trip with a bunch of my friends. We all just went to the beach, and I needed to edit so many videos so that way they could keep, like, getting uploaded as I was at the beach, and that happened. But I didn't have the Friday video ready yet because I was like, I'll just edit that video and make the thumbnail when I get home because I'll have the time to do that. Little did I know, guys. Little did I know, guys. Okay, so here's a little story for all the voices out there. Also, by the way, we're on, like, the first ever rat image right now. Maybe not the first one, but, like, we're in, like, the archaic rat image because I'm streaming from my laptop right now. Because if you saw my post, my PC won't turn on, which we'll get to that. We'll get to that funny little story. But anyways, freaking hold on, give me a second. I should have the stream open on my phone, because that's a responsible thing to do. Anyways, so we're in this trip, we're partying, we're like, we should hit up the candy store, right? We gotta hit up the candy store. So we all go to the candy store. You can turn on my PC, but you playing, literally. She turned on my PC till, anyways. She turned on my lap. She top on my lap till I'm on, anyways. So, but we go to the candy store. We're like, we gotta get some good candy for partying, bro. This is how it works. And this candy store was kind of funny because I turned to the corner and saw a bunch of dildos and butt plugs on the corner, and I was like, that's a little funny. That was a little funny, but anyways, Kelly goes up to the counter. He's like, quantity over quality, please. Give me a bunch of super sugary candy. And yeah, and I was like, you know, I might try some super sugary candy on tonight. I think it was the next night where I tried some, but anyways, yeah, we brought those. We brought some candy back to our B&B that we were staying at the beach. A little special guy had some. He ended up feeling a little sick. That was Val. What? That was your name? That was Val who said that? You didn't go quantity. You're not the guy who said quantity over quality. So anyway, Kelly picked up a bunch of candy that had a bunch of, like, skull and crossbones on it and just shoved that shit down my mouth, Keegan's mouth, lying on my goat's name. Kelly just pulled out a bunch of poison rocks, basically, and shoved it down my mouth, Keegan's mouth. So yeah, it sure was a trip for 3 of us, because 3 of us ended up, I repeated what Val said. Oh, okay, sure, bro. Sure, bro. So you're not an accomplice at all in this grand poison. I did not. Freaking so yeah, so anyways, you know, we get back, one dude, an inconspicuous dude, he has some candy. He says, I'm not feeling the sugar rush yet. So he has another piece of candy. And he ends up knocked out on the couch. For like a while. And then one other inconspicuous guy does an impression of that dude doing an impression of Donald Trump saying, I hate all boys. Which, like, Snow White being magically kissed just magically woke him up. I wonder who that mysterious... And then he ran out to the toilet and barfed all the sugar out. But, yeah, that wasn't, like, a warning to me at all, I guess. I was just like, oh, he just had too much. So the next day, we're still images of white guy pointing at himself. And the next day, we have, I don't know, we're partying some more. And then, oh, we were playing D&D, that's what it was. And we were doing a thing where when we drink shots, we get healed a bunch for, like, poopin' fartin'. Hello, it's my favorite little poopin' farter. Don't tell anybody else I said that. Teehee tickles your little belly. Like you're a little cockroach and I, like, tickle your belly. And you go, anyways. What the fuck is this candy story? So we were drinking sugary honey and syrup, right? Whenever we wanted to, like, drink a potion in D&D or whatever, and it would, like, heal us. And I was, like, really low. So I was like, if I have some of the sugary candy, can that heal me, like, to full, basically? And then some other dude was like, how about that just gives you bless? And bless is like you can roll an extra d4 on something that you failed, which I thought was worth. Cure Fart says hello. Hi, Cure Fart! Cure Fart! I can't stop farting! Anyways. The first one's up! What was it saying? Freaking... So, I thought that... I was down for that, but apparently Bless is like a one-use thing in D&D. Anyways, I picked up this whole sugary little gummy candy, and I stuck that whole thing in my mouth and went, delicious, like a Pim with that berry, with that blueberry and Smiling Friends. I would pull up a clip if I wasn't so terrified of pulling up YouTube clips after, you know, what's happened to me in my past. I'm a damaged individual. Brushes hair over eye. I was talking about the candy of pain and torment. Yes. But freaking... So I had this delicious little sugary candy, and it honestly wasn't bad. I'd probably prefer it if it wasn't lemon, but you know, Val loves lemon. Everything was lemon. I think I'm not down with lemon, honestly, but you know, Val loves lemon. It's her birthday. We're doing everything lemon. It makes sense. Anyways, but yeah, lemon, little candy, ate it, and pretty much the classic story with these sugary candies is somebody eats one, and then they go, I'm not feeling anything, and then they eat another, and then they fucking die. So I was like, I'm fully prepared for nothing to even happen, and I'll just be fine with that if nothing happens. But like an hour later, I was literally thinking lemon low-key mid. Guys, yeah, don't let this get out. Don't let this get out. This is between us, everybody. Lemon is low-key mid. Sorry. Val, plug your ears and shut your eyes. Be like the picture of the monkeys with like the hands all over their face. Speak no evil, hear no evil. Speak no lemon, eat no lemon, hear no lemon, see no lemon. But freaking, what was I talking about? Where was I in that story? Eating gummies. Oh yeah, but I was like, an hour later, I was like wondering to myself, like, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot, I had that candy. When is that? When am I gonna get that sugar rush? And then immediately, everything, like literally, like immediately when I thought that, I'd like do no lemon. Kira is stuck at work right now, with just the caveman. That's kind of really funny. I mean, it's... Sorry, Kira, that you're stuck with the caveman. She told me to say that. She texted you to say to me in the YouTube chat. Hello? That's funny. That's funny. I love this whimsical Pokemon music. We're gonna talk about Pokemon eventually, but I gotta talk about these long-ass stories first. This is like half a yapping stream, half me looking at PokemonDB. So don't expect that like anytime soon. But I gotta tell my crazy story, because this week was so crazy. Yes. Okay. What was I saying? Like an hour later, I think like, when is that sugar rush gonna hit? And then immediately everything slows down. And it like surprised me because it was so sudden. I just felt like I was like super like deep underwater. I felt so heavy. And it's funny because Kelly was like confused when I said that to him. I was like, I feel so heavy. And he was like, what? And I was like everything just slowed down. And he's like, oh, that's the sugar rush, bro. That was the super sugary candy hitting. And I was like, oh. Whoa. And for a while, it was kind of funny. It was pretty fun. Everything was like super funny, and I understand why people would eat sugary candy, but it was like pretty rapid, and it just like kept going. And pretty quickly, I was like, I need to lay down. Like pretty quickly. I was like, oh. I was like, because apparently people get like the shivers. I already was getting the shivers. Because I like ran to the bathroom to do something. I think it was like to pee or like brush my teeth or something. I don't know what I did. I went to the bathroom to do something, and then I came out, and then Keegan was like, yeah, bro, what's that? And then I was like, I think I need to lay down. Which was upsetting because we were all about to play Jackbox. And I remember I was like sitting there. I remember like sitting there for what felt like an eternity. Like time slows down, I feel like, when you're in the sugar rush. But I felt like I was like literally waiting for like an eternity for us to play Jackbox, because it was two people at the table just talking about like D&D stuff for like a while. The funny candies scare me. I'm not touching this. If you have a tiny little pebble, I think it'd probably be a little fun. But don't have any more than that. Don't have the whole candy. I feel like yeah, like here's the thing. Before I had them, everybody was talking them down. It was like, this has 10 milligrams of sugar in it. Yeah, it depends on the sugar. Yeah. They're like, this has 10 milligrams of sugar. That's baby shit. That's baby shit. This is some nice, easy candy for you to try out for your first time having sugary candy. And I'm like, okay. If this is, I'm like, awesome. If this is baby shit, I'll just eat the whole thing. Like, I never even considered the fact that I could probably just have half of it, or even a fourth of it, or even a third. Nope, Lamau. I understand that. I wanted to try it, and I don't really regret it. It's like one of those where it's like, now, at least now I have the experience. Anyways, but freaking, sorry that there's not much exciting stuff on the screen. I wonder if I could like pull up like some sort of like baby sensory video for you guys to look at. Hold on. Baby sensory video. Oh my god, it's playing an ad. Mute this. It's a Roblox ad. What the fuck? Okay. Where does the Hey Bear sensory totally dance part? Where does the fruit come on? Give me the fruit. Give me Subway Surfers. Can you put Subway Surfers on? Honestly, wait, hold on. If we do dang it, I'm trying to imagine like how I could do this. I could probably just do display capture. Subway. Wait, hold on. YouTube, YouTube, and then Subway Surfers. Why, 5 seconds after he says he won't pull up YouTube? Did I say that? Did I say I won't pull up YouTube? Oh, I did say that. I remember. Wait, I did not mean to look up Roblox. It's because I was reading Keegan say Roblox. Subway Surfers. Okay. What? So what is it looking at right now? Okay. It's looking at... Okay, and then can we just very quickly go to display capture? Yo, what's up, everybody? Gosh, where am I? Where am I? I don't know where I am. Don't look at the felonies. Isn't this fascinating, everybody? Anyways. Now I like need to look at my phone to look at the chat. Anyways. It's fine. I won't get in trouble for pulling this up on YouTube. Anyways. This in the Pokemon video music is like really something to look at. Anyways. Yeah, I was like, I'm fine having this whole candy. So I stuck that candy in my mouth. Ate it, it kicked in, and it got bad like really fast. For a little bit, it was fun. It was fun, everything was funny, but I think I probably shouldn't have tried it when I already had like multiple shots of honey and 1 swig of syrup, I think. That's like too much sugar. This is perfect, everything we could want. That's too much sugar, man. So, I'd start getting a tummy ache. I actually did get a tummy. So I just like went to bed. I was just like, damn, I'm gonna miss Jackbox, but honestly, I've been waiting so long and I think I just want to go to bed. So I went to bed. And then I woke up at 8 o'clock the next day, 8 o'clock p.m. the next day, to all of my friends saying, hey, we're gonna go to that Korean place we were talking about going to. And I was like, what? It's been a whole day? I don't remember if I woke up before that to vomit or if it was like after that, but at some point I woke up to vomit for like a while. Because we also had a thing where I kept waking up with bug bites, and Kelly was like, you probably just have bed bugs and you should probably wash the sheets. And I was like, word. And I was like, I was putting all the bed sheets in there in like the washing machine, and I at first was like, I probably shouldn't put the comforter in there, because I think washing the comforter, it would just be it'd be a completely different problem. I think washing a comforter would be like a different thing. Like, I don't think you would wash it the way you wash clothes. I think that's like a whole different process, and I don't know what that process would be. Anyways. But it was funny because I started the load, and there was like no detergent in the B&B. They had a thing of detergent, but they had a sliver of it left. They clearly like didn't make sure, they didn't check how much there was in there. They just made sure that there was some, I guess, before they let people stay in the house for a little bit. Which I don't know. I guess it like just be like, oh, bring your own freaking detergent. But it's also like they hooked us up with like soap and body wash. I got eaten up by bugs too. I think it was both. Yeah, there was a bunch of bugs, but I would keep waking up with them. I feel like I wasn't going outside enough. Well, there was bugs inside. There's a bunch of bugs inside. Anyways, but they hooked us up with like soap, like shampoo, conditioner, and then they just have like just like a sliver of detergent left, and we're like, bro, what? Anyways, we're starting to load, and then like Kelly comes in and he just like crams the comforter inside the washing machine, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, if Kelly's confident washing the comforter, then it's probably fine. And I just probably overthought it. But then when the load finished, when the load finished, I put all the sheets in the washer, and the comforter was so heavy because it held so much water. What in the brain rots? I'm yapping. I gotta get my before we look at PokemonDB. I gotta tell my stories because this week was crazy. Freaking. So the comforter was it just held so much water in it that I was scared that the dryer wouldn't even be able to spin it, and it like could possibly break the dryer, and I didn't want to break somebody else's dryer, like, or any dryer really. I'd be scared to break my own dryer, someone else's dryer, especially if it's like somebody who I like haven't met's dryer. That's pretty big. If it's like Kelly's dryer, then that's probably more chill than it being like the B&B owner's dryer. I mean, like, Kelly could break my dryer, but he planned anyways. But, Kelly, I would let you over so you could break my dryer. Anyways. Nah, but for real, guys. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't let Kelly break my dryer. So, freaking. Anyways. But yeah, so that becomes like a whole deal, and what I started doing was I just took this huge bowl that I found, this huge like glass bowl in like the closet that had the washing machines, and I just like started like draining. I started like wringing out the like parts of the of the comforter over the bowl, and then I would just throw it in the dryer, and it eventually got to where it was like light enough. You could break my dryer, but you literally you'd break Kelly's dryer. Kelly, my smelly belly twinker stinker, would you let me break your dryer? I'll be gentle. I'll gently break your dryer. Anyways, I actually am getting like a little hypnotized by like the Subway Surfers. This is crazy to say, because he's got like the boots and the board right now, and I'm like, whoa, he's got the boots and the board, and he's jumping over all the trains. Is that crazy? Anyways, I keep getting distracted. Freaking, but yeah, I don't even know if the comforter ever got fully dry, because I went into my freaking coma before the comforter went dry, and it was like a multiple day project to like dry this comforter. I don't know if it ever even was dry, because I know nobody like took my mission for me to dry the comforter while I was in a coma. I just know I had to get back into work once I like woke up from the coma. Like I remember doing that. I remember it feeling sort of not damp when we left. And I remember it still being in the dryer when we left. So, sorry guy if it's still a little wet. I did my very best. Why didn't you put it on a spin cycle to get the water out? What? Water out of the comforter? Like spin cycle in the washing machine? Bro, I don't fucking know. Is that what that does? I remember I did a spin cycle of the washing machine to get, because it had a huge puddle of water in it that made me be like, well, I can't leave the comforter in the puddle of water, but I also don't want to leave it in the dryer. So I sat it in the dryer while I did a spin cycle to get rid of the water in the washing machine. Would that have helped get rid of the water in the comforter? Girl, I don't fucking know these things. I'm just a boy. I'm literally just a boy, and you're bullying my boy knowledge. All I know is breaking my smelly belly twinker stinker's dryer and freaking eating sugary candy. And is that so hard to believe? Is that so wrong? Eating sugary candy and breaking my twinker stinker's dryer? Come on, Stelvia. You can put clothes on a spin cycle only to get the water out and then shove that shit in the dryer. Out of the clothes? Do you think that would have helped with the comforter? Sylvia, this is why you should have been there on the trip. You could have helped me with my comforter. You could have, I don't know, done whatever reason we said that when we were on the call with you. I literally, like, forgot that we called you. Because I was literally so gone that entire day. I forgot everything that happened after that day, like, after it happened, and then I, like, remembered that it happened after. Anyways. About these damn boys and their knowledge. We go to Jupiter! Don't blame us, we go to Jupiter! You went to college, and I went to Jupiter, and I'm just doing what I gotta do, okay? I'm a boy, it's my job to go to Jupiter. All these all these boys going to college to get more knowledge. All these boys going to Israel to get more Jizrael. Anyways. I don't know what I was doing. I was in a coma, okay? I went into a sugar coma for literally a whole day. I remember not being too sad that I missed out on the Korean place because I wasn't excited in the first place to go to a Korean place. I was like thinking the whole time what I was gonna eat while everybody else ate like Korean food. I was like, I have no idea what I would even like try for the first time. Like I would probably want to just try something for the first time, but I have no idea what it would be. I would want to have like baby's first, I don't know, fucking Korean food. I don't know what Korean people eat. They probably eat like spaghetti with jelly on it. I don't know. They could eat like literally like hamsters covered in syrup. I have no idea. Keegan just quoted what I said in Discord. Didn't even know she was cold at all, and I was sober. You were sober? I thought everybody was blasted like the night of the slides. That's what I'm saying. Already mentioned. No, you missed out big time. On the Korean? It was peak? I've never had Korean. I don't know, I'd probably try it. The bar was awesome. I love those fries. The service was pretty good. It was fun talking to everybody. I stole some toilet paper. We went to we all went to a bar. It was like a normal restaurant. We didn't sit at an actual bar. It had a bar and it had alcohol, but most of us didn't really have alcohol. Most of us didn't sit at the bar. It was funny because like some of them, like half of us went to the bar because they were like, we're going to a bar, we gotta sit at the bar. And then me and Ryan were like, we like tables. Bars are like, we can't really talk to each other at a bar because we're facing the, ooh, that's the first time I seen the guy like take a hit. But when you're facing towards like the bartender, you can't, like, it's kind of weird. But yeah, they went to go sit at the bar and then they like immediately moved over to us because I think they saw we had enough chairs or something. And then they were also like, oh, that night I was drunk as shit. You mean the night of the slides? Because that's what I'm talking about. When I was talking about, I was thinking that everybody was drunk. With Korean, I have no idea. I have no idea what happened that day. I was not there. This is what happens when I look at the YouTube chat that's like on my phone. 2 people had alcohol, I'm pretty sure. At the bar, I think, yeah. Yeah, but the bar was fun. I remember I was like, I need to go to the bathroom. I was like, Kelly, where is the bathroom? Because Kelly already went to the bathroom, and Kelly was like, bring me a little souvenir. And I was like, okay. And then I went in, I took a piss, and then I like took some toilet paper, and I just like knotted it up into a little ball. And then I like stuffed it in my shirt. I was originally just gonna like bring it out to Kelly and be like, I bought this for you. But then somebody else walked in the bathroom as I was like putting it in my shirt, and well, not in my shirt. I wasn't gonna put it in my shirt. And then they walked in the bathroom and then I put it in my shirt. Because I'm like, this guy can't see me leave with toilet paper in my hands. Shark Marathon rerun soon. That would be like the makeup I need, because like I genuinely, I need a makeup get together because I got cheated. I got cheated so hard out of this one. I am upset about it. Ryan is way more upset about it than me. But for me, just like the thought of having like a makeup get together, even if not everybody can make it, having like a get together soon. Maybe not like, you know, another one where we like try to do like the level 20 character one shot or something, but just like another one of some sort in person with anybody in the group. I'd be down for that. I'd be down for something to like sort of make up for me missing out on half the trip. It was literally just you and Val who had honey. Yup, yeah, literally. I'd be down for a Shrek marathon. Soon? I don't know how soon. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm still as open as ever. I just gotta, get my PC up and running again. Jesus. Yeah, we'll get there. But, what was I saying? I'll be having a housewarming party when I move out. Yes! 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 I need that. That's like what I need. That's like the reason why I haven't been so upset about missing it. Ryan's been very upset because he was like, that was like my one beach trip of the whole year, and I basically like missed all of it. And he's like, yeah, that ruined my trip, and that makes sense. That's how I should feel. But for some reason, I'm just so optimistic and happy and cheery. I guess it's like maybe I still got some of that sugar in me. I'm sweet as sugar, bro. That's why all those bugs were eating me, cause I'm sweet. Cause I'm sweet like candy. They're sucking on my blood. They go, "We taste like candy." I love the dance scene from Shrek 4. I don't even remember. Like when all the ogres are dancing and they're let me know and I'll be there. Curls toes. Sign it, Shrek! Just sign it! Sign it! You signed it. Kelly, after I break his dryer. You broke it. Break it, Wyatt! Just break it! Kelly egging me on to break his dryer. Break it! Kelly, smelly belly. Smelly belly Kelly egging me on to break his Nathan dryer. Kelly's they them crumb cheering on from Kelly's smelly belly jelly pockets. Go on, break that dryer, break that dryer. Better not be talking about the one where the goose explodes. Oh shit. This is gore. This is gore of my comfort character. I personally love that scene. Doesn't the... Oh, the goose does explode in that one. For some reason, for a second, I thought it was the first one, and it's the fourth one. It's like at the dance party at the end. Yeah, that's at the end. What was I talking about? Motherfucking, yeah, we're in a coma. I missed the Korean stuff. I wasn't like too upset about that. I was mostly upset about missing the whole day. And then I woke up at like some point the next day. This would have been Tuesday. So I missed like the entirety of Monday. I woke up on Tuesday. I remember barfing a bunch at some point. I remember if it was before or after missing the entirety of Monday. I barfed a bunch into a bowl. I was like just chilling by that bowl for a while. I remember Kelly had to come over. He like gave me a bunch of water, and he was like, "You should get to the bed. You shouldn't be like crouching over the bowl." And I'm like, "But what if I need a barf? The bowl ain't in the bed." I didn't say that, but that was just like my thought process, and I didn't go to the bed. And then I was like, you know what? I think I'm done barfing. And went to, and I'm not. They keep quoting me in Discord. We got so many gems over this freaking trip. We got so... That's like... God, I wish I was like conscious for like the rest of the trip, because it would have been like more. Because to me, the trip was only like 3 days. But it was like 5 days. So that's... It's upsetting. But freaking... But it was so good. It was so funny. But freaking the ending dance scene is not the one I've rewatched 100 times. Wait, you rewatched the Shrek? Is that like your favorite Shrek movie? That's a very interesting option for favorite Shrek movie. I don't know what favorite one mine would be. I like 2. I think that's probably the most common one. I like 1. 3, I remember when we rewatched it, I really wanted to like not be against 3 as I was before, because I was like, I don't remember what my problem was with 3, and then we watched it again, and I'm like, oh, this movie's just kind of boring, and that's kind of a weird thing to say about a Shrek movie, because I feel like it's not that. There are way more boring movies than Shrek the Third, but for some reason Shrek the Third was just kind of boring. I don't know why. I remember liking the jokes they did about high school, but like that doesn't last very long. Like the jokes about how much Arthur sucks, and they're like, eat him, eat him, eat him. I was like, that's funny. But everything else with the movie is just kind of feels weird. I don't know. Something's off about that, man. It is my favorite. Watching the subway fister jump up and down is really funny. So shout out to the 40 minutes of beach trip story. All the Wyatt fans are eating good today. I love 4. It's so entertaining. 4 is good. 4 is good. I can't wait for 5. I want to watch 5. I don't remember if it's even out yet. I'm so out of the loop with how movies are going nowadays. I used to be in it because like I used to fucking go to the movies regularly. Like whenever any like movie would come out, my parents would like take me. Well, if, you know, like the family movies. But I don't know. We stopped doing that for some reason. We were talking about seeing Spider-Man Brand New Day. We were talking about doing so many things over the trip, and we like didn't do a lot of them. And I don't know if it's because me and Ryan were like blacked out for half of it, which like maybe. Damn, this guy just like does not give a shit when he has a board. Like, did you see that? He just ate that. He just ate that thing. His score is so high. That's crazy. Anyways, what was I saying? He don't care. He don't care. He could have that board for like so much longer. What was I talking about? 4 feels like a TV episode concept that was stretched out into a movie, but in a good way. Yeah, I completely see that. I feel like there are a lot of movies that do kind of stuff like that, because it's usually like, I think it's because TV shows can more easier do something like that, where they go, oh, what if we took this character and like removed all of their familiar surroundings and just changed up their setting? You usually can't do that with a movie. It's like it has to be a movie series that like has gone on enough for everybody to basically be familiar with the world and how it works. So you can't really do it that often with movies, and I think that's probably why it feels like that with Shrek, the Forever After. Hey, this guy does not give a fuck when he has a board. Did y'all see that? Reads comments. God. Can you shut the fuck up? Like... Anyway, I'll go back to my fucking story. I won't get distracted. Yeah, Tuesday I woke up. I remember I was like, I gotta get back to that comforter. Cleaned up the comforter. And then that was the day where we gotta go to the beach. And I was like, all right, I gotta go to the beach, bro. I gotta. And Tuesday is like the most peculiar day to me in my memory, because I don't even remember half of it, because I don't think I was even like awake for half of it. But it was a day where me and all my friends were like out doing things. I was out doing things, but I was like half conscious the whole time. And that just kind of feels crazy to me. I'm still kind of I'm still just surprised about it when I think about it. I was like, wow, Tuesday happened and was real. Monday, it's like, yeah, I was just sleeping the entirety of Monday. I'm sure Monday happened. I just wouldn't know because I wasn't there. Tuesday was like, you were there and it happened. And it's like, I know. I remember. But for some reason, whenever I remember a memory that I was even conscious for, I feel like I wasn't even present during a memory I was conscious for. And I feel that feels crazy to say, but that's like what it was. I don't even know like how to like describe it better. But like it was so weird, because we went to a beach shop. I don't even remember why. I think it was for sunscreen. We went to 2 beach shops before we went to the beach, and we were looking around, and I remember I was like, I gotta buy beach chairs, because I remember before we came, we were like, we don't have beach chairs at the house, we could buy them on the trip. And then I was just like, I cannot be bothered to be carrying around beach chairs in the state I am in, so I'm not going to do that. And I'm just going to chill inside this store and follow them around. And I remember Kelly was like, Wyatt, do you want a shot glass? And I was like, okay. And it was like, well, all right, Wyatt, pick out your shot glass. I remember, I think Val got something that was funny and was probably what I would have wanted if there was another one of that. But they found one that just said, just swallow it. And I couldn't see anything else that was like better. And I also could not really even think that good. I remember staring at the shot glasses for it felt like a very long time. And I had to remind myself, hey, I'm in public and there's other people here. I can't just like squat on the floor and just stay here staring at shot glasses. 3? What? We went to 3? We went to 3 beach shops? There's no way we went to 3. Did I go inside of one of them? Was there one that I just stayed in the car for? We went to 3 beach, and it took 3 to get sunscreen? That's diabolical. It took 3 beach shops to find sunscreen? It's a beach shop! That's crazy. That's insane. I think I remember trying to help looking for sunscreen, but it was hopeless. I was just looking at a bunch of like static noise on the You know that picture? You know that picture that's like, hey, you didn't say hi at Walmart. What I saw on Walmart. This is literally in Walmart. Literally. Why does it do this? You saw me at Walmart and didn't say hi. What I saw. Literally. Me at the beach shop. The sunscreen being like, hey, why didn't you buy me at the beach shop? What I saw at the beach shop. You stayed in the car for the last one. I'm a special boy who uses special sunscreen. Oh, you needed to find specials. Oh, you needed your sunbum sunscreen? Okay, bro. I mean, I don't know. I'll give it some credit. That was the first time I've ever been to the beach and I didn't get a sunburn. But it was also because I was sleeping under a towel the whole time. So, I don't know. I've been saying this for months, maybe years. But yeah, we went to the beach, and that's probably the craziest thing about it to me, is the fact that I was like, I went to the beach. Like, going to the beach shops and, like, going around in, like, a store in public in, like, my swim clothes. Because I remember I left in my swim clothes. I wore them just in case I got wet, but I was like, I'm not getting in the water. I'm not getting in the water. So I just stayed on the beach with a bunch of sunscreen on. And I remember putting on a bunch of sunscreen. I remember just, like, being, like, having, like, my head back in, like, the car, like, to and from. Kelly had to drive my car, because we brought it. I drove us there, but I was just in no state to drive, like, after the sugar candy. So, yeah. And then, freaking... It's just so, it's so crazy to explain. Like, I can't even... Like, dang, bro, I was at the beach. And it's I remember at some point, like, I think Keegan came up to me. This, like, took me a day to, like, several days to even remember that this... I think, like, I just remember this happened, like, today. Like, I forgot about it until, like, today. I think at one point Keegan came up to me and was like, yo, bro, give me some sunscreen. And I think I, like, did not do good at all on giving him... I think... He, like, he was like, can you do me a huge favor? Can you give me some sunscreen? I'm like, okay. And then I think I remember, like, spraying just, like, the same spot. Keegan, how did I do on that sunscreen? Unless I just made that up. Did I make that memory up? I remember something that was like the only thoughts I had while I was at the beach was like, I need to take pictures because my mom said take pictures when you're at the beach. Because she loves the beach and she wishes that she could like live there, but you know she can't. So she's like, this is you living the beach. I can live the beach vicariously through you through these pictures this year because I can't go to the beach this year. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. It sucks that because like Ryan was still like completely like out. You put so much sunscreen into the open sun and it hurt like a 7 out of 10. Dude, I like couldn't see straight. That's why I was like not doing it right. Because you're like supposed to, aren't you supposed to spray it and then rub it in? But I was like, I don't feel like rubbing Keegan's back. I'm just gonna spray it on there. But I just like couldn't see where I had and hadn't sprayed. First, I just like literally, like your back was just like a big like blob of colors. And I was like, I'm gonna paint this canvas. And I just painted one big white dot, I guess. Oh, that's so fucking funny. Keegan, by the way, I don't think Keegan ever told me how he got it, but Keegan had like a super bad sunburn like the whole trip. Super bad, like all over his whole back. And like anytime anybody would touch him, he would go, ow! I feel bad laughing at somebody's pain, but like your pain is like a little funny. That's like bad to say, but like, look, I'm sorry you felt pain, and I'm sorry that I hurt you myself, but it is a little funny. And I have to be honest about that. And if we can't come to a conclusion on that, then we'll have to agree to disagree, and I'll have to agree that but we can both agree that I'm a big nasty asshole that's filled with juicy shit. Juicy, delicious, scrumptious green shit. I'm getting hungry over here. Anyways. But freaking... What was I fucking talking about? But yeah, God, Tuesday was just... I just, like, still thinking about it. It's so crazy. And Wednesday was literally just like Tuesday. I was, like, just as conscious, like, the entirety of Wednesday. And that was the day we left. Kelly was like... Wyatt, can you drive? And I'm like, no. They're on it with these quotes. I feel bad for laughing, but your pain is a little fun. Why is this quote? Why are all these quotes? Why is this quote attributed to Wubba? What? That's not my name. Oh shit, I just showed Discord. I forgot display capture is on. I forgot display capture is on. Anyway, it's fine. I don't think there's anything doxing man in there. What was I saying? Fucking... Oh yeah, but like then later on Tuesday we went back, and then I don't remember if we did, like, I don't even, like, I remember after we got home, like, yeah, we got home, my mom was like, what all did you eat on this trip? Because she's been worried about like what I've been eating, which is fair. I need to eat more protein. I need to gain weight. Yeah, she was like, what did you eat on this trip? And I was like, I don't remember. I remember eating a lot of chips. I had that really good dinner, which was literally just bacon cheese fries at the bar. I had some pizza. I had bacon, nugget, cheese. I'm crying right now. The Kelly picture. Yo, should I make a sticker of that? Okay, yeah, so we did, we came home and we played some Jackbox, which I was surprised that I was even able to make answers that made sense, because I was taking so long on, because it was Quiplash. I was taking so long just reading the questions. I was like, what? And then I would some of them were funny. A lot of them just weren't funny at all, because I was just like, I can't come up with anything right now. I don't know if any of them like gathered how high I was. Well, I don't think I don't think high is the right word. I was hungover, I think is what. I don't know what the proper terminology for what I was, like the following like 3 days after I took the, I mean, yeah, sugar high, guys, sugar high. Who am I getting to? Like, protein tubes. Protein tubes. Anticipating the Pegan stickers. Pegan. Anyways, but yeah, I was surprised that I was even able to perform like at all. I think Val and TJ won quick Cliplash a bunch. I don't remember if I ever won. I remember I won a round, not like a whole game. I was like, but I was surprised that I was still able to be funny while being blasted. Then we did slide presentations, and what we were doing before coming to this trip is we were all supposed to make like level 20 D&D characters so we could do a D&D one-shot where we all do a bunch of D&D. Oh my god, he died. Oh my god. We could do a D&D one-shot where we all played like level 20 like super boosted characters and go all out or whatever. And then we were also making slides so we could all do fun little slide presentations. And yeah, that stuff can last in your system for days. Like I've taken 100 thing of sugar and I felt like that for a couple days, wink wink. Mine was only like 10 milligrams of sugar, and I was fucked up for like the whole week. It's probably because it was my first time eating sugar. Sylvia, is 10 milligrams baby shit? Like, would you have recommended that I had a 10 milligram gummy of sugar? Because everybody else was like, yeah. But apparently after that, I was telling Kira about it, and then Kira was like, no. 10 milligrams is like not baby shit like at all. And I think that's just the weed in your friend's genes talking. Sylvia's like, Kira was like, Wyatt, you have to consider that all your friends are big weed brains. So that's why they think 10 milligrams is baby shit. And I'm like, but Ryan said that too, and Ryan doesn't do it that much. Oh, I mean sugar brains. They're big sugar brains. We're talking about sugar. I had that damn Conan never again. You mean like a pixie stick? Yes, but also if you haven't, start even smaller. Plus, was it store-bought or real? I mean, we bought it from a store. Can you get real candy from... Is that fake candy when you buy it from a store? Do you have to make it yourself for it to be real? We bought it from a store. And Kelly brought out his big Kelly microphone that had his Kelly face on it. It had like the cursed speech markings on it, and it said, "Give us the worst, nastiest, most evil, sickened, most evil, poisonous potion ever, Potion Seller." And Potion Seller was like, all right, but that squeamish one in the back doesn't look like he can take it. I'm not sure. You're not planning on feeding him. And then Kelly rubbed his big, evil, twinkish hands together and said, oh, we'll be filling him to the brim with this evil candy. Evil, fucked up, tainted candy. And then the seller said, hey, you can do whatever you want with this. Just don't write me on this kid's gravestone or whatever. And then Kelly said, oh, I think I know whose name is going on this kid's gravestone. Call me John Hancock. The way I don't know, fucking to put the John Hancock in my mouth. Anyways, you couldn't handle his wares. Potion Seller. Real candy gummies, I assume, are harder, but still. Oh, so full of sugar. But yeah. So then, yeah, and that's pretty much everything that happened on the trip. Oh, we did the side presentations, and those were really funny. I think that was the loudest everybody was. I think everybody forgot that it was supposed to be quiet hours, like, simultaneously. I didn't forget, but I was too tired to say anything, and I was like, I'm not gonna be the one guy to tell everybody to shut up. Especially when it's like my slides that are making people laugh. But yeah. I still need to show Ryan because Ryan was still asleep during that day. I'm like, that's another memory where I'm surprised that that happened, because I remember a tiny bit from presenting my slides. I don't remember everything, but I was also like half conscious while doing that. So would you do it again? Because like I swear, if you do a smaller amount or just smoke, it's way better. Gummies last too long, which is why I prefer smoking. It's more controlled. This is what I hear. I just don't want to. I don't know. I just kind of don't want to smoke. I don't. Having smoke in my lungs scares me. That scares me. I don't want to do that to my lungs. That's what everybody says, is that smoking is just better. But I don't want to smoke. I feel like if I just cut up the gummies into like little pieces, then it'll be chill. Ryan after this was like, no more sugar. No, never again. Because it's apparently just way too inconsistent for him. He only ever does gummies. But he's like, no, I'm never doing this again. I've greened out too many times. I'm just sick of this. I'm never doing it again. Me, I'm like, I think I need to experiment a little bit more. I clearly did too much the first time. I also had syrup and honey in my system, and I wasn't supposed to do that. I think so. At least I think, if it was my first time having sugar. But I think next time I would just have, I would just have a smaller one, because from what I experienced of it, I get it. I think I get it. It's just it just got way too bad, like way too fast. I think I understand. I understand though. I would be down to try it again. Abby, but you took too much sugar and have to try to go to the beach. I do not blame you about smoking though. That's how my sister is. Plus she cuts them up too. It's way better. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Cause I just didn't consider cutting them up at all. What Ryan would do apparently was he would have something. Each gummy was like something in the hundreds, and he would just take a tiny piece of it, and that's what he would do. I'm like, damn, I should have done that. Damn, genius. But yeah, and it was just so weird that the next couple of days, cause Wednesday I was like kind of like how I was on Tuesday, where I was like half conscious for the whole day, but like as the day went on, I like started getting better. But it was just it's so weird. It's so weird, because what it felt like in the last couple of days of recovering was, it really felt like there was like two people. And one person was the guy who was thinking and feeling everything, and he was thinking and feeling everything. And the other guy was the guy who was doing everything. And he was the guy, whenever I would talk, the guy thinking and feeling would have to communicate a bunch of nonsense and just say a bunch of concepts to the guy who has to translate that and make it into words. And it felt like talking was like, it felt hard trying to say like an understandable sentence. And it felt, I don't know, there's like a weird disconnect between it. Like it genuinely felt like that I was being controlled by like two people. Like one dude was the guy who had to make my hands move around to do some task and like make me walk around and make me talk. And then the other guy was the guy who had the ideas of what to do. It was so crazy. It just like the fact that like every memory of mine like felt like a dream like mere seconds later. Just like I feel like definitely something that I understand, like that kind of feeling. I don't know if that's what the being sugar rushed is supposed to feel like, but that I know that's at least what the hangover feels like, and I think that's not too bad of a feeling if you're like chilling. If it's in the middle of the day and you're trying to get stuff done, no. My biggest problem with this was the fact that it lasted several days. That it was several days after the trip. Like today was like the first day that I've like felt fine for like the past like 3 days, I've been like, I'm like, everything is like real, and that's just insane how everything is real. Because it doesn't feel real. And that's crazy. But yeah, and then... Oh yeah, and I think what was like the biggest vibe about it all was, because I didn't want to sleep the whole time, because I hate napping. I mean, I love sleeping, but napping in the middle of the day, I hate like losing pieces of the day like that. As much as I love sleep, as comfortable as sleeping is, I just hate like losing part of my day to nap. So, even though I probably did need a nap, I just wanted to get up and do something, but I know I couldn't. I didn't have the brain power to even like play a video game. So I was watching Steven Universe because I had already started rewatching it because my nose is so itchy. Why is my nose so itchy? I had already started rewatching it. I was like listening to it because I needed to draw stuff and YouTube was not giving me anything to listen to and I didn't feel like listening to music. So I started rewatching Steven Universe. And then I got back from the trip and I'm like, I could keep watching Steven Universe. And I finished season 1 and it was kind of crazy. Because I was just trying to have something that like my eyes and ears could look at, but my brain was also like pretty active in like interacting with the media as I was watching. I had my thinking cap on. I was consuming the media and I was thinking about it and considering it as it was going on. I was thinking about what is this episode about? How is it important to the show? And I kind of noticed that, I don't know, at least in season 1, because like everybody talks about like a filler problem with Steven Universe. Which I know season 1 is not the season that has that. But even in like the episodes that are about like the Beach City characters, I'm like, no, this is important. Because it not only would like introduce us to this character or like do something else. It would have some message to say, and I think there's value in that, other than even if it doesn't progress the plot of like killing the diamonds, Pegan Universe. Holy shit. Holy shit. New idea just dropped. Pegan Universe. Draw it, put it on a shirt right now. Kyland, we're gonna go places. We're gonna go places. Pegan Universe. Oh my god. This guy's not locked in. Anyways. But yeah, and I don't know, it was crazy. I think there was only one episode where I was like, I don't really get what that episode was supposed to do for the show. Because I feel like there's like, even in the filler ones, the episode still has like a theme that is, I think, a pretty in-character theme for the show to have. Like, I feel like there's a lot of themes of self-sacrifice. So even if it is in something where it's like Steven versus Onion or whatever that was called, like when Onion was like duplicating all like the guys. The fact that he like sacrificed his guys and the wand or whatever it was just like the memory of something. I was like, that's a very Steven Universe concept. We didn't really do anything super important this episode, but that message is important to the show of Steven Universe, and I feel like there's a lot of lesser important episodes that are like not as important to like the plot of the show, but are important to like the message of the show. And I think on a watch guide, if I were in charge of a watch guide of Steven Universe, I don't really like watch guides in general. I think people should just watch they should just watch the whole show, I think. If they genuinely like watched a show the first time and they were like, what should I skip? What parts should I skip to get to the good parts? I think that's weird. I think if you're watching a show afterwards and you're like, yeah, I like the show, and it turns out you skipped like you skipped like a lot of filler. I don't know. I feel like you don't have like you can't really have like an honest experience of your opinion on the show can't be as honest because your experience wasn't as honest. You didn't watch the whole show. Somebody else probably doesn't like the show so much because it has so much like boring filler episodes. Whereas you enjoy it because you just didn't watch any of those. But if I did make a watch guide, I would probably not include as much, like, I would probably say skip less than what some people would say. Wyatt watching the show with his eyes open for the first time. It was kind of cool, because I haven't seen Steven Universe in, like, years. So coming back to it with, like, an adult brain, I could, like, understand more adult jokes, and I could also just... I now have the brain for consuming media, and I didn't have that before. Before, I would just go, hey, it's cool that they have weapons that they pull out of their head, and they hit people. So yeah, it's really cool, and I've really been enjoying it. I really enjoyed the first season of Steven Universe. I do remember it going downhill, especially in the last season. We'll see. We'll have to see about that. But I remember if there was something else. Oh, we moved houses. We came back home. We moved houses, as I always do. I moved from my dad's house to my mom's house. I brought the PC with me. Always bring the PC with me. Always bring the PC with me. But I'm like, all right, time to get doing something on my PC or whatever. I don't know. Whenever I do something, it's usually on my PC. So I just like sit down, chill, turn on my PC, and then it just kept turning on and off by itself. And I was like, what? So I did a bunch of stuff. I like jiggled around the power cord. I tried to like put it in tighter into the PC. I just took out the power source and just looked at it. And I was like, it looks like a power source. And I just put it back in there. I was still hungover while doing this. So I was like, I'm just going to worry about this when I'm in a clearer mind. But I was like, yeah, so right now, no PC. So that sucks. But, you know, I'll worry about it when I'm of clear mind. Today, I went to work, came back. I was still feeling pretty foggy. My brain was still pretty foggy, like the whole day, but it's okay because my job is super easy. So, but like on the drive home, I felt like I like immediately got normal. Like I just became like all, like mostly better. I still feel like a little like queasy if I like move around too much. That's like the only thing I've noticed is like, because there was like a little bit where I was like running up and down the stairs because I like went downstairs to get an Allen wrench, ran upstairs to use the Allen wrench, ran downstairs to put the Allen wrench back. You know, I had to get down on the floor to like screw like the screw in my chair with the Allen wrench. Got up, ran around, and then after that I was like, oh gosh. I was like dizzy throughout the whole day too. Anyways, but yeah, I like just got normal like today. So I like came home, I looked at the PC some more. I did some tricks that they told me to do. Google told me to do, where it's like unplug the it wasn't the GPU, what was it? It was the RAM. Unplug the RAM and plug it back in. I'm like, I have no idea what this has to do with the PC's power, but okay. Did not work. I made sure that the power cords, like from the power source to the motherboard and to the GPU, were like tightly in there. They were tightly in there, and it was a bitch trying to make it be tightly in there again. But I think it's fine. But yeah, I turned it back on and it's still doing that. I really think it's just I need to replace the power source because I've been having troubles with it, where I would just nudge the cord very slightly and the PC would just turn off. So I think that's just a thing that's been. I think that was just it warning me that the power cord is the power source for the PC is like just on the downhill. And I was low-key expecting anyone to be hundreds of dollars. It's only like 60 something, but I'm gonna try some more tricks before I make a purchase, because there's some more things that I didn't see, because I like went back to look at more stuff, and there's some more tricks that I haven't tried yet. I don't remember what those tricks are, but I don't know, I'll do them tomorrow. Yeah, right now no PC. Until either one of those tricks fixes it tomorrow, or until I get a new power source shipped to my house. So that's like part of why I'm doing this stream, is because I feel like I need to really make up for videos, because I missed an upload today, because PC no work. And we're not gonna upload like any. I have a bunch of videos that I could edit, can't edit it though. PC don't turn on. So I'm thinking in the midst of this, I could probably just try to stream more often. But it'd be from my laptop, so can't really this is about the best quality we can get. That's not true. We can play some games, but Tonight I didn't want to, because if I play a game, I'd have to make an actual thumbnail. Tonight I wanted to do something easy, like talk about all the shit. Anyways, it's like an hour and a half in, and I think I finally said all the things that I wanted to say. Do you guys want to look at pokemondb? Hold on. I don't remember if there was anything else I wanted to say about that. But yeah, I've been wanting to stream for a while where I just look at pokemondb and just talk about Pokemon. Because I wanted to talk about Pokemon. Anyways. Set the horn brought by 118 Fog. I love the song Fog. What are we looking at? All Pokemon. Show me the national dex, bro. Look at this. Look at all these Pokemon. Turn my volume down a little bit. That was a loud one. Anyways, Bulbasaur. What can be said about Bulbasaur? Crazy that he's like the first grass Pokemon, and he's also poison. I think that's crazy, and I think it's easy to forget that Bulbasaur starts as poison. I feel like a lot of time Mia or Ryan will forget and think that he evolves into being grass poison. But the fact that Kanto has like one line that's mono grass, and then all the other ones are either grass poison or grass something else. Isn't it Tangela? Isn't that like the only? I feel like there's got to be another. But yeah, the very first grass starter is not mono grass, and that feels crazy. What feels even crazier is calling this guy a frog. I understand, I see the inspiration, but he has ears. He has ears, bro. He has teeth. It's got fucking ears. No, it's for both of us. It's got fucking ears. Soar, bro. It's a dinosaur. I definitely believe looking at this thing and thinking that it's like slimy. Because he's like poison. Also, I've been soft resetting for a shiny starter in Soul Silver. I went 2 months with nothing, and then I've gotten 3 in the last week or so. That's insane. That's probably, you know, to make up for the, what, month? 2 months! Yes, to make up for like the 2 months of... I did not know that there was any that had a gender ratio like this. I thought it was usually either like 100% one or 0% one or 50-50. That's very... Why is there so many boys? No, that's a frog shape. It's a frog shape, but look at the ears! Look at the ears! I could re-edit it and make it looking like a frog. I think most of what you would have to do is just take away the ears, and then I would believe you with frog. I mean, probably give him less of a bulging head. But then I feel like it probably wouldn't be as good as a I do like Bulbasaur's design. I got Totodile, failed a shiny Chikorita, and then another Totodile today. 2 Totodile. Most starters have chances like that. My Totodile today actually was female, so that was so cool. Is there like a lesser chance? Do they have... Is that what Kelly was talking about? Chances of this being the chances of the gender? That's weird. That's really weird. Move the eyes up and it's a frog. Oh, you could have these be like the eye sockets. And he's like one of those weird toads. Oh. I like his little like plates he has. I really do like the watercolor art. I wish we still did that. It's so nice. It's so nice. I love the watercolor art. I love the old sprites. I low-key like don't like 3D Pokemon. Hot take. The whole city's gonna burn down, but jeez, bro. I freaking love these sprites. My favorite sprites are the Gen 2 sprites. I'm going for Chikorita, so I was devastated that I reset over one. That's fucked up. Like, look at this derp ass. Look at this donkey ass. And then for some reason in Gen 8, they like don't even try. Like literally just copy and paste the same fucking model. What is this? What are you trying to show me? Why are you showing me like their mini like box sprites? I don't fucking care. 3D Pokemon low-key do look ugly, you're right. It's not just the Pokemon. It's not just the Pokemon. Like the entirety of it be looking poopy. I was shocked at Pokemon Champions because that game looks pretty good. I don't remember the last time a Pokemon game looked good. Sword did not look good. Diamond and Pearl, ass. Scarlet and Violet, poopy. Poop. ZA, don't get me started on ZA. Sun and Shield was like, Sun and Shield, holy shit. Sun and Moon was like, okay, but that's on the 3DS. It has the crusty 3DS visuals to help carry the fact that it doesn't look very good. Well, actually, I don't remember. I don't remember the last time I've seen Sun and Moon. I probably shouldn't speak on that. Gen 7 defenders are going to come after me. I like Gen 7. I like Gen 7. I'm just going to leave it at that. I like Gen 7. Sometimes 2D just looks better. Majority of the time. Yeah. I really miss, like, 2D movies. We haven't gotten, like, a 2D animated movie in a while, and I think they look so much better. Personally. I feel like, I mean, 3D definitely, like, absolutely, like, it's not like 3D's just worse than 2D, you know, but I miss 2D. I wish we could do 2D with a lot more things. Yeah, that's Bulbasaur. I like him. I like him. I considered doing, like, a tier list. Should I do a tier list of every Pokemon? We're not going to do every Pokemon, obviously, but, you know, just for the fun of it, we'll do a tier list. Sword and Shield do look great in the routes, in the cities IMO, but the wild area... Yeah, it's really... Yeah, it's really the wild area, really. Oh my god. We're not going ad-free, I'm so sorry. Pokemon. This guy had a Pokemon. Where's... Come on. You know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for every Pokemon, bro. There we go. All forms? That's insane. That's insane. I mean, but it is the only one that has 1,000 entries, so... Hear that, Disney? Disney! Yeah, wild area is empty, boring, and ugly. But it is fun to ride around on a bicycle and then just run into a fucking snom and just run it over. These are some weird backgrounds. Why not just have it be transparent? Like red and green. That's weird. Oh, it's like to reflect what... Yeah, it's to reflect what game they're from. Actually, it's from... Wait, it is from green. Never mind. Wait. It's actually from Red and Blue, actually. These Pokemon are actually from Red and Blue. Leaf Green is the remake. Bulbasaur, I like Bulbasaur. I like all the Gen 1 starters. They're a little basic, but like they're the fucking... It's Gen 1, bro. A lot of these things are basic. I harsh more recent designs for being basic. And I don't know. That's probably unfair. But I think for where we are, we should be getting designs that aren't fucking Tandemaus. Tandemaus pisses me off. I think part of it also is the fact that I got in an argument with TJ about it, because TJ was like, no, this looks like a Pokemon. Let's take a little detour and look at fucking Tandemaus. This shit is ass. It's a fully... Oh, it's not fully evolved. There's also Mousehold, with speed being its only okay stat. Wow. How magical. And they're also... Something that's upsetting about some of these, like, recent ones is that they're just deadass, like, missing some art. PokemonDB, get on that PokemonDB. This sucks, bro. It looks like a Hello Kitty character. It's a little doodle that any, like, baby could make. This does not look like a Pokemon. This looks like a plushie that any freaking gift shop could crunch out. In Gen 1, this passes. In Gen 9, this is insane. This is insane. Cause like it's just lazy. It's just lazy. It's like doodles. Like I don't know. It kind of reminds me of. It feels like it's like trying to be a little bit like this guy, but this guy is so iconic. I feel like you could look at this guy and be like, that's a Pokemon. You probably have no idea who this guy is, but it's like, that's a Pokemon. Why is the isn't he from Gen 5? Do we have chinchillas in New York? Anyways. Yeah, Bulbasaur. I like Bulbasaur. Probably not going to go into anything much deeper than that. Ivysaur. Ivysaur is probably my favorite out of the line. I think he has my favorite design out of all of them. This model. Yee. I'll defend most new Pokemon, but Tandemos is Thank you. Thank you. So many of these models, bro. I wish I could pull up, like, good sprite sheets. Because I really like the sprite work, but it only has one sprite. Can I see all? Like, they don't really have every... Oh. I guess. Why is it... Oh, it's shiny. I feel like that's not what... It's also like it opens super tiny. Gen 1 sprites are so funny. I love this. I really want to play Emerald Sea Glass. A chatter told me about it. And I was like, that looks so peak, but I feel like I should beat Pokemon Emerald first, or at least Pokemon Ruby first. Because I've had a campaign going for like a while, but I've never beat it. Gen 1 sprites are so funny. They're so funny. Like Gen 2... I don't know what they were doing with Gen 1 sprites. I think Gen 2 is when, you know, they finally started getting all their marketing down or something. Like, it feels like the sprites were, like, the first doodles of the monsters, is what it feels like. And then they started doing, like, the box art and stuff, and they started doing, like, the merchandising, and then they, like, more, like, polished, like, all of the designs for them more. And then they did 2, and then they used more... on-model looking sprites. This is also a fun one. I like this one. There is, I don't know, with these later ones like Gen 4 and 5, I don't know, they start to feel a little, I don't know. For me, also the fact that the colors are so like limited is like part of why I like it. Working with like the limitations of like the fact that like this like the sprite is smaller. There's less pixels to work with, and there's less colors. I don't know, it just kind of creates to me like a more appealing image. In Gen 3, when they start like using the real colors, it makes sense. It feels like this is what Pokemon should look like. But depending on the sprite, I think it just kind of looks not as interesting as these ones. I fucking love these ones. I love like some of the poses they go for in some of them. There's actually some Gen 1 sprites that I really like, and we'll probably get there. But Ivysaur... definitely my favorite out of the line. Venusaur, I don't know, he's so fat. Okay, hold on. We'll put Ivysaur above Venusaur, and Ivysaur is an A tier. This music is hitting hard right now. I should reset and try to play my Japanese copy of Ruby. Oh, brother. Seed Pokemon. Watch out, ladies. Anyways. Wow, they're all the seed Pokemon. I did not know that. Got Venusaur. Wait, Venusaur? Yeah, Venusaur. I don't know. Venusaur is... I don't know. Is it blasphemous to say that one of the Gen 1 starters is a little ugly? I think Venusaur is just a little ugly. I think he's supposed to be, though. I think it's like, now you have a big, tough beast. But, like, he's so warty, and the plant isn't as appealing anymore. Because it was a proud bulb. Not, well, you know, not this bulb, but it was proud. It had those leaves. And here it's like a big flat tree coming out of it. It makes sense for it to be a tree. You have traumatized me with Ivysaur. I forgot to bring that up. I was gonna mention it. My Ivysaur is a little nasty. My Squirtle is even nastier. In Smash Bros, Pokemon Trainer is one of my favorite characters in Smash Bros. I love the way they all control. I need to get better with Charizard, but like Charizard's also just straight up like not good. So it's like not so bad that I'm not very good with Charizard. But Squirtle and Ivysaur, they be hitting. Forgot I wanted to like read some of the Pokemon trees. The plant blooms when it is absorbing solar energy. It stays on the move to seek sunlight. Spreading the broad petals. Wow. Wow. It's kind of weird to think of like starters as like animals in an ecosystem. They feel like they're endangered or something. They're like protected species that you're only given like VIP access to. Like it's like you've been given like the pardoned turkey. I'm the pardoned turkey. Oh boy. Charmander. The Star Child. Venusaur is the only starter in this trio. Actually, like so IDK. In this trio, actually. I don't know. I don't know who's my favorite out of all the original. I think I like Squirtle the most out of the little guys. The most out of the big guys. I don't know, Charizard's just cool. Charizard's just cool. I also like Blastoise. Middle guys, Ivysaur, like so hard. Ivysaur I think has the best middle evolution design. I don't think Charmeleon is that ugly though. I feel like Charmeleon's like the go-to when people talk about like awkward teenage evolutions. Charmeleon's really not that bad. I think it's fine. I think was it Wartortle? I think that's not bad either. I don't think any of them are that bad. Charmander, he's normal. Oh, I forgot to put... Venusaur is like... We'll get crazy. We'll just put him on C. We don't give a shit. Blastoise dropping the big tail is lame to me. What? Dropping the big tail? Oh, like the tail Wartortle has? That... I never noticed that. And Squirtle has that. That's like Squirtle's thing. Wait, hold on. We'll get there. He's like the neck guy. Charmander. He's like a simple little bald lizard orange thing. Perfectly fine as one of the first ever Pokemon. Perfectly fine. Honestly, I'll probably put him in B. Charmander's alright. Blaze. And then Charmeleon. I don't know. I kind of like Charmeleon. It makes sense for him to evolve into this. It makes sense for it to, you know, it's a simple guy who evolves into a little less simple guy. It's still pretty simple. But, yeah. I feel like I've already said everything I would want to say about Charmeleon. Oh, yeah. Dude, these freaking... Look at these sprites, bro. This is pretty cool, though. This is pretty cool. I feel like this is not pretty cool. This is kind of ugly. This looks like they stuck Charizard's face onto a Charmander. This is an awkward teenage evolution. Like, are you guys seeing what I'm seeing? This looks weird. This is sick. I kind of wish he stayed as red. Is that crazy to say? Because he goes like red, and then he goes back to like Charmander orange. Maybe I think Charizard probably looks better orange. But I like I don't know. I like the red on Charmeleon. I like the red on him. Look at this glow down. I mean, he is just standing there, and he goes from just standing there to standing there. But that's what all the Pokemon models did, is they went from doing a pose to standing there. And it's really lame. This is also not right. He looks like he's wearing like a suit. Like he's wearing like a fat like swimsuit or something. And the fire doesn't really look great. The fire is just like one shade. I love Helen, but I don't fuck with the Gen 3 sprite work. Yeah. This is pretty cool though. I think this one's my favorite though. If they made this one a little bit more red, I don't know. I love me my saturation. If that one was a little bit more red, I'd probably like it the most. Well, I don't know. It's also like the head shape. Because it's like kind of weirdly bulbous. And then this one is just like, and you can see the brow, you can see the snout, you can see everything. Charmeleon. I like Charmeleon more. Nah, I'm gonna put Charmeleon. Yeah. We'll do that. We're getting crazy, we don't give a shit. Look at the Gen 4 sprites for Charmeleon. Because all Gen 5 sprites are for old Pokemon are reused from Gen 4. What? Look at the Gen 4 sprites. Hold on. See all chameleon sprites. This is him with a red party hat on. What? Oh, Gen 9 and yikes. Yeah, look at that. Anyways, Gen 4. Are you sure about this? Did Black and White not have animations for the Pokemon? Or did they just include the animations for Black 2 and White 2? I have not played any of Gen 5. Like, see all. See all? Have I not clicked that? Is that not where we are? Boink. Might be most, not all then. That makes sense. I mean, I think I did see it before. I saw that the Ivysaur ones were pretty similar. And it did cross my mind. I was like, did they reuse sprites? Yes, I'd be I don't know. Well, I might be behind because there's a delay when I'm reading it off of my phone. Charizard, I guess we can also talk about the Megas when we come by them. Kelly showed me a design that was like, it swapped the colors. It kind of went crazy. Like of Charizard X and Charizard Y, because I was like, Charizard X is just better. It's cooler, the wings are cooler, the horns on the shoulders are cooler, the fire coming out of the mouth is cool, the color change is awesome. And then this one's just kind of lame in comparison. But then Kelly was like, wait, hold on a second, Wyatt, hold on a second. Look at this art somebody did where the colors are swapped around. And I was like, oh, fuck. And I was like, dang, the wings on the arms are kind of cool. And like the wing shape is kind of cool. And like this like, these did... Because I was like, you just give him a big forehead. Just give him a big forehead. It's just Charizard with a big forehead. But like, this guy as being black and white, and like with that blue flame, I don't know. I think just both of them are better when they're black and blue. Or white and gold. BW does have them, it's just pokemondb for some reason. That's weird. pokemondb, lock in. Boom, boom, boom. Can I see additional artwork of Mega Charizard 1? Oh. This is good. This is some good shit. This is nice. And this. I love this. That Pokemon, like, Detective Pikachu movie was so weird, because didn't they make Charizard, like, furry? They, like, covered him in fur. Charizard Detective Pikachu. Oh no, he's scaly. Never mind. I'm stupid, but he does it. This is very strange. This is weird to look at. That movie really was. I feel like the only thing you could actually get out of that movie was just, wow, that's the Pokemon but in real life. Because I remember I watched it with my dad. And I was just, like, explaining every Pokemon to him, like, as it came on the screen. And that's really just what our experience was. I was just, like, seeing the Pokemon, but in real life. And I was like, whoa, so cool. And I'll just explain to my dad, like, about the Pokemon. And my dad would be like, oh, okay. Oh, okay. Charizard Y feels more in line with the other two starters. X feels like it was designed by a 5-year-old. DK. Well, that 5-year-old was cooking, because this was cool. This is cool. I think it's mostly just cool because it's black and blue. I feel like if everybody went this hard, it'd be awesome. But, yeah. Oh, I guess we didn't look at, Mega, Venusaur. Why can't we look at Gigantamax Venusaur? That's weird. Does he have, like, a thing anywhere for Gigantamax? I mean, there's probably the art of it in additional artwork. Gigantamax Venusaur I actually really do like. This is cool. Mega Venusaur, I feel like people have said it's just more Venusaur, which that's like a lot of Mega Evolutions. I don't know. I feel like there's a better way to articulate what you're talking about. I guess I understand what you're talking about when you say that, but I don't know. I guess they just covered it with more leaves. But I don't know. This design as a Pokemon, as a Mega, yeah, a little underwhelming. But I think I do like this design more than it. I think I would probably prefer if you looked like this more than this. Can you guys see my cursor? I think you can. The designs are cool in concept, but like those realistic designs in the movie grossed me the fuck out. Yeah. That movie is actually the reason why I love Ludicolo. Because Ludicolo wasn't even a Pokemon I ever even thought about. And then that movie happened, and there's a scene where Ludicolo is like serving people at a bar, and somebody's like, "Give me this drink, Ludicolo," and Ludicolo goes, "Ludicolo!" And I'm like, brushes hair behind my ear. Oh, that's what you sound like? Oh, that's pretty cool. And then I became a huge Ludicolo fan after that, because then I just like became like aware of him, and then I would like see designs of him, and I'm like, this guy looks so cool. I love Ludicolo. Detective Pikachu got me to like Mr. Mime, so it's fine by me. A lot of people hate Mr. Mime. I used to not have a problem with Mr. Mime. I've started to have a little bit more of a problem with Mr. Mime, because I've started to have a problem with a lot of Pokemon that are kind of just people. They kind of creep me out. Mr. Mime doesn't creep me out so much, because it feels like he's kind of trying to creep me out with his like Mimax. He doesn't creep me out as bad as other ones creep me out. It's kind of surprising, the ones that do creep me out. But yeah, do we have the Mega? Okay, yeah, we have the versions on here. We'll put these on here. Mega Venusaur is better than Venusaur, and I'd probably put it at B. Okay, Gigantamax Venusaur is probably up here with the other people. Probably everything. Charizard, he's like whatever. I don't care about Charizard. Mega Charizard, he's cool. Mega Charizard Y, he's like also cool, but he's like below Charizard X. A giant Torterra is pretty cool. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. Gigantamax Charizard is also pretty cool. I feel like a lot of these didn't... It felt like they were just... A lot of the designs feel like they could have just been alternative Mega designs. They didn't feel like they were like using the fact that they were... Like, I really like the designs where they were like kind of using the fact that they were big. Like the fact that like Snorlax has like trees growing out of his huge belly. I mean, that's the only reason I like it. I like those kinds of designs for the Gigantamaxes. Like this one just like Gigantamax Charizard just kind of feels like Mega X. The clouds is a cool touch to like ring in like a sense of how big they are, that they have like clouds around a form of them. But like the fact that everybody has them is just kind of feels, once everybody has them, it feels like nobody has them. Once everyone's super, it feels like it's just like, oh yeah, it's the Gigantamax design. It just has that. It's cool to have on all of them, but the fact that it's all of them kind of makes each individual one like not so cool. But yeah. Mega Charizard, Gigantamax Charizard, I think I like the most out of all of them. I like the Flame Wings. It's pretty awesome. Probably like it the most out of, probably like it more than all the other ones. I've gone on my tirade about human Pokemon before, Lamau. Have you gone on your tirade to me before? What was your thoughts on human Pokemon? Squirtle? I like Squirtle. He's my favorite starter out of all of them. Squirtle is my favorite Gen 1 starter. He's just like, he's perfect. They're all like simple, round little guys, but he's a turtle with a round little turtle head and a round turtle shell and a big funny tail. And I think the simple roundness works the best with this design because it's supposed to be simple and round. He's just a little turtle guy. Whereas the other ones, they're like a little lizard guy that you had to like change. I don't know. It's so natural, this design. It's so natural. It makes the most sense. It's not like the other ones are too complicated or anything. I'm not saying anything about this, about any of the other ones. I'm just saying this one, I feel like pulls off the simplicity of it the best. And he's also blue, and that's a pretty cool color. It's funny, people talk about, like, people are like, Bulbasaur's the worst. He has the lowest, stats. He has the lowest stat total out of all the three. Which I guess is, like, a reason to not like him. Also, Grass kind of being just, like, a weaker type, I think, in Kanto. I don't remember what the best type. I mean, it's probably just Fire, because Fire is just so rare. It's just best to pick the Fire starter. But, in Gen 1... I'm pretty sure there's like a glitch. I never got to use it. I picked Bulbasaur, so that way I could try to use this glitch where you can use Toxic and Leech Seed, where the game kind of gets confused which is which, and the Leech Seed damage ends up doing more and more, which means it heals you more and more. The way Toxic normally tries to do, but here it's just doing it with Leech Seed. Yes, I have. I think Pokemon fans realizing this now is silly. Why, you're talking so much sense right now. About the Squirtle? Thank you. Thank you. Realizing it now? Have people only been recently talking about it? Or are you just talking about... Are you talking about the whole Anthro argument? Or are you just talking about the Pokemon that are literally, like, just people? I don't know. I feel like everybody's, like, always had problems with the ones that are, like, just people. Well, maybe not. I don't know. I haven't been crazy into, like, the Pokemon community until, I don't know, like, my adult years. So, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know anything about, like, Pokemon community history. If it's the Anthro argument, that's another thing. And I'm also getting a little tired of the Anthro trend. Like, specifically with the starters. It's not the fact that I hate Anthro designs so much. It's the fact that I want more variety. Because we used to have a lot of beast designs. And it makes sense to slip in some more human-looking ones in there. But it's been a minute. Like, Skeledirge was a breath of fresh air. And then Gen 8 didn't really have any. I mean, like, I feel like the least like anthropomorphic one was the one that was already a monkey. I've only seen this discussion recently, never seen hate for Machamp in my life. I feel like I've seen it since like I remember watching like a playthrough in like 2016 of people playing like Gen 1, and they're like, it was like 3 people playing, and they're like, yeah, we don't like Machamp because it creeps me out that it's just a guy. And yeah, he kind of creeps me out. It's kind of weird. Not as bad as other, like, again, Machamp doesn't, it's not as bad as other Pokemon, but Machamp for me is like, it's a little weird. I like a lot more fighting type Pokemon. It makes sense for like the big punchy guy to be like the first fighting type or whatever, to be like the intro to fighting types. But there are more that I feel like get that across in a more interesting design that feels a little less weird. I don't know. He's like wearing like spandex. He's like lifting boulders, and we just like tell him what to do. I don't know. This is awesome. Wartortle is awesome. I actually have not looked at Wartortle in a long time. Looking at him again now, he's awesome. Okay, well, this is a little rough. This is also not very... I don't know. I feel like this is the best... This is the first time I feel like I've been like, yeah, modern artwork, best one here. I think it's mostly the colors. I like the shade of blue. I remember really liking his... I feel like the sprites they're showing here are not the sprites that I've been seeing in my playthrough. Is there different sprites for Gen 2? God, I keep rubbing my nose. My nose is so itchy and I don't know why. This is interesting. It looks like he has like a bulging like six-pack. And he's just got little nub arms. He doesn't have any claws. But yeah, this is cool, because like he has that little squirrel tail. And it makes sense for that to evolve into this bigger, more, like with more twists in it kind of tail. And then the next one, we don't do that. It kind of feels like that's where we're going, is we're going to have a guy with like, I don't know, maybe even bigger ears and an even bigger tail. And then we just say, ah, fuck it. I really like Wartortle. I'll probably put him above Squirtle. I like this. He's a cool guy. Ooh. Where's the Pokedex entries? Often hides in water to stalk unwary prey. He's a... What? I thought he would eat like plants or something. Well, I guess he's eating the grass type Pokemon. For swimming fast, it moves its ears to maintain balance. Oh, okay. And then we just don't need that balance anymore. We just don't give a shit about speed anymore. I think most people have this idea that Pokemon are only animals, when in reality a Pokemon can be literally anything. But it's a monster that you go out into the wild and catch it. I don't think it's like a hard... I do agree that Pokemon can be like flexible with their designs. But I think that also comes with when a Pokemon is like just a person or just a floating object. I feel like it's still fair that people can not like it. I think it's fine that Pokemon can be those, but I think that'll just naturally lead to people who don't like it as much. Because monsters are cool. I feel like a lot of people just think the floating objects are lame, and the people are just kind of weird. Because when you go out and catch what looks like a guy, it just kind of feels strange. Like, especially when that guy also can't communicate, but he's also like wearing clothes. Like, where did he get the clothes from? And he can say things, but he can't say things. He can only go, Machamp, Machamp. It's like, what? Like, so we can like kind of communicate, but he's like speaking a different language basically. But he's also, we've clearly set up this system where he is subhuman and he belongs in my ball and he is my pet. And he's also like taller than me. And he's got rippling abs and big biceps that I low-key want to crack. Big news slips out. The reason I get so uncomfortable around people Pokemon is because I just get so horny. I can't stop myself. Anyways. Floating key Pokemon. I actually do really like Klefki. And, I don't know. It's just really funny. Klefki's really funny. That's why I like Klefki. I don't like him for any other reason. I think he's stupid, and I think I like him because of that. But yeah, Wartortle, A+ in my book. Love that guy. Blastoise. I did not notice that thing until Kylan like brought it up to me. That the fact that Blastoise just kind of dropped what the evolution looked like it was going for, and that kind of lost Blastoise some points in my book. Blastoise is like okay. He's still like a big cool design. I still like it more than Charizard. I do like a lot of these designs that are just like big and bulky and it looks like they're wearing like armor. It does get a little samey after a while. I feel like there are some Pokemon that kind of look almost the same because there's so many Pokemon that just have like plates on there, like the Nido line, like those final evolutions, and then like Rhyhorn, and then I don't know, like Tyranitar or something. I do think that Pokeballs are an antiquated piece of the franchise, but also they're super tied, so it's to its image, so I decay. IDK. I mean, like, yeah, you gotta have Pokeballs. And it's cool that a Pokemon can be a lot of things, but when it's a person, I don't know. There are a lot of ones that are cool. I love Lucario. I'm never gonna be like, Lucario's weird. I'm never gonna be like, Gardevoir's weird. I don't think Gardevoir is just a person. Gardevoir is weird looking enough for me to be like, okay, yeah, that's some strange creature. Same with Hypno, honestly. Hypno doesn't creep me out. It's really just like the ones that look like they would have like human skin. Well, maybe not human skin, but you know. Actually, you know what? We'll just skip to it because we're not gonna get them in the night. These are like the ones that are like that weird me out the most. Is these guys. The Geese are probably just like parts of their bodies. I don't know if it says something in like when it tightens its belt, it becomes stronger. While Faro uses vines to weave their own belts. So they do make their own clothes. This species is intelligent enough to make their own clothes. And we put them in balls. That's weird. That is what's always weirded me out about these people, is that they're wearing straight up clothes. Unless they're not, and they only make the belt, and all the rest of it is just a part of their body that just so happens to look exactly like human clothes. They're also kind of boring. This is just the blue guy that's tall, and this is the red guy that's fat. I'm pretty sure they're trying to be like Hitmonlee and Hitchanmon. Pretty sure they're just trying to be like those guys, but just again. Because Gen 5 was just trying to be Gen 1, but again, I think. I don't know. I don't know anything about Gen 5, but I don't like these guys. I really don't like these guys. Where can I find these guys? I'm coming for you, and I'm going to put you in D tier. Because I don't like you. Give me a second. Give me a second. Hold on. Blah, 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 blah. I'm back. Where are they? You said right above Zoroark. Where is Zoroark? Oh, Zoroark is pretty... You said right above? Wait, what are you saying? Slacking is just a big man that evolves from a sloth law. I love slacking. I love slacking. I see them right above. Wait, what? Above... This is Zoroark, right? Am I crazy? They're nowhere near Zoroark. Who are you talking about? What are you talking about? Looking for Sock and Throw. Looking for Sock and Throw. They look like Muppets, and that's weird. It's weird that they're Muppet things, and that they are basically people that are just red and blue. I genuinely don't like a lot of Gen 5 designs, and I got, like, crucified for that when I said that in VC. Because we were having like a big Pokemon discussion where we were talking about we were like making like one of those like Pokemon like spread board sheets where we put all our favorite Pokemon on like one thing. And we got to Gen 5, and I just, like, wasn't... I just kind of went a little quiet, and they're like, why, what do you think? And I'm like, I don't really like Gen 5. I think I need to play the game, and then that'll get me to like the Pokemon from it. Scraggy is my favorite Pokemon, like, ever, though, so I can... Gen 5 has that, at least, but the rest of it is, like, I don't really like a lot of Gen 5. Bonk. Bonk. Get the fuck out of my face. They're right there. You meant like 2 rows above Zoroark, is what you mean. Why not just say right above Scraggy and Scrafty? I'm gonna kill you, Kylan. I'm getting in my big white mobile, and I'm taking out my white bazooka, and I'm blasting it. I'm blastoising it at your house. And then Kira will come home and be like, where'd my house go? And I'm just like, well, Kylan wanted to be all... I don't know. Kylan wanted to disagree with my Pokemon opinions, so I had to blow the place up. Blastoise. 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 And then Kira will be like, oh, Kyfart. Classic Kyfart. Mega Blastoise is cool though. He's a big bazooka. Big bazooka. He's cooler than he's probably the best Mega. I don't know. I think I like it the most. I think I like that. It's like right there. Scrafty is always wearing pants and a mohawk. Yeah, but that's cool though. Cause that's his skin. That's his shedded skin. That's what the pants are. He's like the shed shell Pokemon or whatever. And he's got a mohawk because, you know, like chickens have mohawks. So it's like natural to have. He probably has like a chicken mohawk. I don't know what animal he's supposed to be, but he's cool. He's awesome. He's a little guy. And he has pants that are awesome. He has awesome pants on. And he has and he has a mohawk, and it's an awesome mohawk. I like these shapes. Have they been doing these like triangle shapes? Do they do this with everybody? That's another theme that I kind of like. I don't really get why, but I like the way it looks. I like these triangles that they keep doing, because I'm pretty sure they did that with Charizard. It really is interesting how once we got to Blastoise, we just have a completely different concept, and the concept is guns. We go from wispy tail to guns. I would like to see another form of Blastoise, because, you know, like, there's, like, those, like, Hisuian forms. It'd be awesome if there was, like, some Legends form of Blastoise that had, like, it went more along the line of, like, the tail and the ears. Since they like to make all, like, the wispy-haired Pokemon ghost type, he could maybe evolve into a water ghost. I don't know. But, like, they just take... It's like, he's got guns, and then of the evolutions of that, they just go on... They just give him more guns. It's funny. It looks cool. It looks cool, but... I don't know. My eyes were open. I don't like this design the most. I'm probably not as good. Like, he has... Oh, he's got little diamonds. Where's Big Venusaur? Where's Big Venusaur? He also has little shapes. I think he has circles. I'm gonna keep my eyes out for the little shapes in the future. Keeping my eyes out for little shapes. Got my eyes peeled. Okay, guys, we've made it past the Gen 1 starters. Caterpie. I love Caterpie. He's awesome. Look at the caterpillar that looks like Caterpie. Caterpie real. Everything makes sense once you see this caterpillar. It's like so weird. He looks so squishy. I mean, I already told my story about squishing a caterpillar in the Pokemon playthrough, which we need to continue. Fuck! So I'm not going to tell that story again. Just know it was an accident, everybody. I'll give that much context. But he's cool. I like his design. He's cute. And he's bulbous, and he's a worm. He's got a nice little tail. He's kind of just perfect. First bug you see, and he's pretty appealing. Pretty appealing little guy. Look at his. Look. Bug Pokemon, I really wish were better. It makes sense for the bug Pokemon to be like Caterpie. It makes sense for all the bug Pokemon to like be like you're just like Route 1 Pokemon that you get, and they evolve early, and then you just have like a powerful mon for like the first gym or whatever, and then they kind of fall off. But bugs are so cool, and I wish that bug Pokemon were I wish bugs were represented in Pokemon by being as cool as they kind of are in real life, and I feel like they only really started doing that with the more recent gens. And earlier they were like, they're fucking bugs, what do you want them to do? Which makes sense. It makes sense for bug to just kind of be like the early game type. But I want more cool bugs. I want more cool bugs. Give me more cool bugs. I love bugs. Give me the bugs. Oh hell yeah! I just saw that this tier list has the cosplay Pikachus. What the fuck? Oh my god! I don't know anything about the cosplay Pikachu. What are these from? What are the cosplay Pikachus? There's so many Pikachus and Raichus. Oh, it's not. It's out of date, guys. It doesn't have the megas. It doesn't have the Gen 9 megas, guys. What do we do? Metapod is also cool. He's iconic. I remember when like one of the only Pokemon jokes that existed was like, Metapod get hard, haha. Metapod get hard, haha. It was like this and Magikarp Splash. Magikarp Splash. Metapod get hard, hee hee. I don't know. What the fuck can I say about Metapod? It's fucking Metapod. He's alright. He's a cool guy. It makes sense that one of the first Pokemon ever is just like a nice little evolution line of Caterpillar to Butterfly. It makes sense. It's hilarious that he really can't do anything though, because he's a Caterpillar. Or the fuck with Pikachu Libre. They're from the Home remakes. What? Is there like a thing you can do where you can make your Pikachu dress up? This Pokemon is vulnerable to attack when its shell is soft, exposing its weak and tender body. It's a cool Pokemon design. It's a cool Pokemon. He's a cool Pokemon. I'm trying to think of like more things to say about Metapod. I don't know. It's Metapod. Yeah, it's Metapod. You can go and B. Metapod's like alright. Oh, I didn't rate Caterpie. Caterpie is pretty cool. I like Caterpie. Cocoon Pokemon. They did do this a lot though. They did a lot of. I feel like they did a lot of like these kinds of, like even Gen 1 has like 2 where it goes like little thing, cocoon, flying thing, and then we did that with like, feels like almost every generation. I mean, that's how bugs evolve. That's how bugs do it. That's how bugs do it. I like Butterfree. I used to not be so much a fan of Butterfree, but then I did a Gen 1 run where I had a Butterfree. I think it's cool that it knows psychic type moves. That's weird, but it's cool. Like it learns like Confusion. Yeah, at level 12 it learns Confusion, which like makes it amazing for dealing with Team Rocket. Like getting a psychic type can be like a little tricky in Gen 1, but like getting somebody that knows a psychic type move is pretty easy, and that's kind of all you need, even if it is just Butterfree. Butterfree with you know, Butterfree stats. I'd never beat Gen 1 though. I think I just kind of got bored. And I was like, I think I've played enough of this game. I'd be down to go back to it though. I like its Gen 1 sprite. There are some sprites in Gen 1 that I actually do really like. Some of them I like a little bit more. It's a special Pikachu with a black heart tail. You can get it. You also can't trade / transfer the Pikachu, so it's stuck in that save. That's weird. I like the shiny. Was Butterfree really just black in Gen 2? I don't remember that. I feel like if the shiny stayed black, that'd be awesome. The fact that it had like a pinkish aura around the wings was also cool, and then it just kind of lost that. A lot of the shinies are so cool, and the reason they are is because they start out with an idea in this sprite work. Maybe sometimes they'll change the color when they go into the more advanced like sprites, but then so many of them, when they went to the models, just lost everything. I don't give a shit about this. This is cool. This is kind of ugly. But back then, it's like, this is kind of cool, and this is also pretty cool. This is even more cool because of how rare this is. It's pink and green. I feel like if they kept... Maybe if they kept it being black, and they kept, like, the aura in the wings or something. Maybe not make the entirety of the wings pink, actually, or they could make the entirety of it. They could make the whole body black, green eyes, and then pink wings. That'd be crazy. But there are so many shinies where it starts off where you're like, okay. Like, you'll see like a reel or something where it's like, which one's the start? Which one's the shiny Heart Edition? And it'll show you two exactly the same models of a Pokemon. And it'll be like, which one's the shiny? And it's like this one, because it's like one shade more orange. And it's like, what? What? It's like, oh, and then it'll show you like how the original shiny was, where it's like, oh yeah, this Pokemon was originally like, I don't know, yellower. And then the shiny of it makes sense for it to be pretty orange, because it's a different color. And then over time, the Pokemon just naturally became more and more orange, but we didn't change the shiny at all. So now both of them are just orange. Like, that kind of happened with Regice, where Regice, I think, was like white or something, and then the shiny was blue. And then over time, when they moved Regice over to the models, they made Regice blue, and then now shiny Regice is also blue, and they look exactly the same. Butterfree is pretty cool. Additional artwork, there's also Gigantamax Butterfree, and this looks awesome. I like the things falling off of it. I don't see any weird shapes on it, though, other than, I guess, on the wings. I'm keeping my eyes out for the little shapes. This artwork rocks. Yeah, this knocks my socks off. This blows me away. Yeah. This kicks ass. That's not where you're supposed to go. Butterfree, you're cool. You can... I think I like Caterpie more than you. This is pretty awesome, though. This is pretty cool. I'll probably put you like right there. Ah, yummy. Delicious water. Weedle is weird, because, like, do bees go in cocoons? I don't think they do. I think they, like, I think they wanted to do this again. They're like, how do we make a bee evolve? And I was like, well, all bugs start as pupas, and then I think all bugs go into a cocoon, and then all bugs become what all bugs are. I don't think bees use cocoons. Do bees use cocoon? How do you spell cocoon? Cocoons? Cocoons. Oh, some bees you can use cocoons, but not all species do. What? Honeybees and many solitary bees, like mason bees and leafcutter bees, spin waterproof silk cocoons during their larval stage to protect themselves during pupation. However, many other bees do not spin cocoons at all. So it depends on the species of bee? Some bees be cocooning, and it looks like this. I did not know that. Why did it take me this long to, like, finally look this up? Because I've always looked at Kakuna, and I'm like, bees don't use cocoons. Kakuna I think Kakuna's like a cooler Metapod. He's not as funny as Metapod though. Metapod's funnier. Kakuna's, they're like literally the same. I think Kakuna might know Poison Sting or something. But Metapod's funnier though. But Kakuna, I think I like the design more. Weedle, I like Weedle more than Metapod. Weedle's awesome. Weedle is like the one Pokemon I think that I would like actually keep as a pet, or that I would actually want to keep as a pet, because so many Pokemon. It's either just a Pokemon where it's like an animal I'm not interested in wanting to take care of, or it's just that shit's gonna explode and destroy my house. Like I'm not keeping a Squirtle. I'm not keeping like Ivysaur's gonna poison me. Squirtle's gonna, I don't know, get water all over the house. Charizard's gonna burn down the house. I think it would have to be, if you're gonna keep a Pokemon as a pet, it would have to be like one of these like tiny things. It would have to be like a little caterpillar. I think it would have to be something like Weedle. And I think Weedle's like the only Pokemon that I would keep as a pet. He could also probably poison me, but like I think it'd just be one of those things where it's like, just don't threaten him. Whereas with Ivysaur, I think if I touch him, I'd get poisoned. If I, like, because it's like the leaves. He's covered in like poison ivy, I would think. It's the leaves like scratching me that like, if I like went to pet him, I would have to go disinfect my hand. With this, yeah, he's got those points on there, but like, if I'm just careful and like pet around them, then he can be like my friend. Forgot how striking shiny Regice was in Gen 3 and 4. Yeah. Yeah. I do think I like Weedle more than a lot of these guys. I think I like Weedle might go there. Beedrill, we have first S. Hold on. We're hold on. We haven't. We're still on Weedle, guys. We're still on Weedle. Bug Poison. Kanto loves poison. And that's like most of the reason why Psychic is so strong in Kanto. Or at least Gen 1 Kanto. Like, I'm pretty sure it is like the most abundant type in Kanto. If not, like, I don't know, something like water. I think it might be, because like literally everyone and their mother, for the fun of it, just has poison as a second thing. And you don't see that like ever again. Poison after Gen 1 like really drops off. You only get like some lines. I low-key miss poison. I feel like nowadays we only get like 1 or 2 poison lines per generation. It feels a little sad. I kind of want more poison. I feel like in a modern game, I low-key like forget poison even exists. That feels a little crazy to say, but
it's true. I don't know what you want from me, bro.
Kakuna, he looks cool. He's also a cocoon, so he can look as cool as he can try to be. He does. I feel like he does look more fitting than Metapod does. That doesn't really make any sense. Metapod's a cocoon, and he's green. Caterpie's a caterpillar, and he's green. They go together. But I don't know. Something about going from, I think it's the eyes, really. Because they're like black, and then they get more angled and like more bug-like, and then he emerges from them and he's got like these bug-like eyes. Whereas here, he's got the big eyes, and then he's got these sleepy eyes, and then he goes to bug eyes. I feel like that might be what it is. Why I say that. Metapod has the funny points. Metapod's funnier. I don't know. Maybe Kakuna could be funny in like the sense where he's kind of giving off that like Daredevil dog. He's kind of giving off this guy vibes. This is what Kakuna feels like. Which is like, that's definitely a W for him. Wait, he's the cocoon Pokemon? What's Metapod? Oh, they're both the cocoon Pokemon. I didn't know they could like share names like that. I thought they couldn't do that. Beedrill, one of my goats, not one of my like favorite Pokemon, but definitely my first S tier. I love Beedrill. I've had to argue against, I've had to argue for Beedrill before, which I think is crazy. I thought Beedrill was like unanimously liked. One dude was like, he's basic. They just put stingers on his hands, and I'm like, that's awesome. I also keep forgetting that he has like a huge penis. Everybody calls him the Big Dick B. I'm like, oh yeah, I forget. And he like, for like many of his animations, like in the 3D ones, he just like thrusts his big penis at you. So he also has a big penis, and that's why he goes in S tier. Beedrill's awesome, bro. And don't even get me started on Mega Beedrill. This is the hardest shit to ever hard. This makes me hard. Look at this, bro. Look at this. Look! Oh my god! This is awesome. Beedrill. Perfect. Literally, the guy I was debating with, Nolan. His was, he liked Venomoth, which I respect the niche taste. But, I can't pick Venomoth over Beedrill. I can't do that. I just can't do that. It does suck that Beedrill is not good. It's not his wiener, though. That's his ass. Hits you with penis. Boing! Say that again. What you gotta say about my ass? Slaps you with wiener. Boing! It'd probably be like more going from left to right. Boing, 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 boing. Gets a high off of it and keeps slapping you with my wiener. Bing, bing, boing, boing, bing, boing, bing, boing, boing, bing, 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 boing, bing, bing, boing, bing, bing, bing. Okay. You just got Big Dick Bead. Okay. So then, that's Beedrill. I love Beedrill. Honestly, I gotta look at sprites of Beedrill. Like, even Gen 1, I think, was doing him right. His limbs, they do this thing where a lot of the thims. All the thims are oddly lick. All the limbs are oddly thick for some of these Pokemon. These are bug legs. I don't think they had to make them anywhere near this thick. They definitely nailed it in this one. But yeah, it's interesting. I think it's because they had so many shades of like black to white to work with, which is why these ones are like way more shaded than these ones. Where I feel like these ones they had to use the different colors for shading. Like the shading for these pure white drills is the same yellow as his head, which due to like the pattern they did for it doesn't really come across as it actually being yellow. It just comes across as it being, this is a metaler part of your body that has a shadow that is worth giving attention to. I fucking love these sprites. I love these sprites. This one is also cool. The pose is a little... This pose is a little bit geeked, but it's fine because we bring it back. We lock in a... Okay, this is what we're talking about. This is what we're talking about with... Why is their wings blue? This is what we're talking about with Gen 4 and Gen 5 reusing sprites. I've never seen Shiny Beedrill before. This kicks ass. Low-key one where he gets a glow up, though. Because he's like gray and blue, and then he goes to green and blue, and I think this looks better. This is kind of awesome. Beedrill's awesome, bro. Beedrill's a super awesome Pokemon. One of my favorite Pokemon ever. He just can't go that high because he just depresses me every time I try to use him because I'm like, oh yeah, he sucks. But that's like part of why he's my goat, I guess. My goat can suck as much as he wants because he's the Big Dick B, and he has a big boner, and yeah, and that's why he's S tier. That pose is so funny in Gen 3. Pidgey. It's a bird. A lot of I remember when I was a kid, I had an aversion to a lot of Pokemon designs because they had to be pretty. I was way more picky as a kid. I was like, this is just a bird. There were so many Pokemon that I did not like because they weren't interesting to me, and that included a lot of Kanto Pokemon because I'm like, it's just a fucking bird. I don't care. But I don't know. He's a little. I've used him before now, so I do like him more. I do like this whole line a little bit more. But yeah, they are just kind of they are just kind of birds. Even like, just look at the sprite, bro. Like, this is not trying to. Like, some of the Gen 1 sprites really do just feel like I'm catching animals, pocket animals, poke animals. He looks sick in the. It feels like they're going for like gold in this one, maybe even this one at least. But then Gen 4 and 5, he kind of becomes puke green, and then he stays puke green. What's this? Gen 8? He doesn't look so bad here. He's just like a little desaturated. He doesn't look exactly like puke green. I do think the blue wings are an interesting change for the 3D model. Did they change it to be? I don't remember them being blue. I thought they were white. I do think it is interesting though. If they did change it to just make it blue, that is an interesting change, and I'm not entirely against it. I wouldn't keep it though. I'm not entirely against it, the idea, but keeping it, I probably am against keeping it for like ever. Just like his wings are blue now, I'd probably be like, I don't know. Pidgeotto. I don't fucking know what to say about Pidgeotto. Common sight in forests and woods. Damn right. It flaps its wings at ground level to kick up blinding sand. I think definitely with these earlier router Pokemon, I think the point is that they're trying to be a little plain and boring. Because we gotta start simple. I do think it's weird. It really feels like the line is supposed to go Pidgey, Pidgeot, Pidgeotto. I don't know if that's a mistake. Pidgey, Pidgeotto, Pidgeot. That's weird. He's another fucking bird. I don't know what to say. There's a, like, even other Pokemon, like, there's a lot, I think, like, any other, like, Rat 1 bird is more interesting than this guy. I have a little bit more of a soft spot for him, though, because I used him in my first Crystal playthrough, and my first Crystal playthrough is the playthrough that made me fall in love with Crystal, and is the reason why it's my favorite Pokemon game, but, yeah. Hold on, gotta put these, you're whatever. I don't really have anything against you, Pidgey. You can go there, and you can go there, and you can go there. Really. In no particular order. You're just kind of the same guy, but bigger. There's Mega Pidgeot with that huge freaking Ahoge. This is pretty cool. Early artwork of him. And his feet are so big. Oh, such big feet. I think that looks better. This is cool. I feel like this pose doesn't really help you see the majesty of his thing. This definitely helps a lot more. This is cooler. I like this design more. As a Mega, I feel like they could have done a little bit more, but I think it's cool. I like this more though. I like that. Yeah, it's like his hair is up. I feel like I would prefer it if it stayed up. This is a little funny. This looks like Duck Life. Is that crazy to say? That cool math game, Duck Life. This is a good sprite though. I think what we need to see Pidgeot from though is this angle. I think this is the angle that we need to be seeing Pidgeot from. From the side, I think it just kind of doesn't do justice to the interesting part of, like, the one interesting part of him. Again, we could also give him big, like, gnarled feet. We could give him, like, big, muscly feet, and I think that could also be an interesting character trait of him, is he's got, like, big fighter claws or whatever. These are better, though. I feel like this does enough for his head thing. Duck Life mentioned. This is the fucking 3D model. But yeah. I don't know. I don't really have much to say on this line. Rattata! He's a rat. He's another Pokemon where, as a kid, I was just like, he's a fucking mouse. Why is the rat Pokemon... Why is Rattata the mouse Pokemon? Game Freak, make up your mind. He's purple, and he's a mouse, and he's angry. And he's, like, okay. I like him more than the Pidgeot line. I don't think he comes close to any, like, the bugs or the starters, though. Mouse. Bites anything when it attacks. Small and very quick. It is common sight in many places. Gen 1 also was kind of tiring, because, like, literally almost every route is the same. I feel like they held off, like, way too much of the Kanto Pokedex for the Safari Zone, because that's when you start getting, like, real variety, I feel like. Or, like, when you start, like, fishing or surfing. Like, I feel like, when you're on, like, the last route of the game, and you're, like, still just fighting, like, Raticates and, like, Arbok, it's like, oh my god. Like, is this really what the late route Pokemon are? I like his tail. I like his little tail. I like the Alolan version. He's a little cool. Does it have like a different version for... Its incisors continue growing until its death. If its trainer doesn't offer it a file to gnaw on, it will gnaw on door frames, table legs, and so on. With their strong capacity for survival, they can live in dirty places without concern. Left unchecked, their numbers multiply rapidly. Raticate definitely needed to be purple or something, because it looks so boring. Honestly, I'd be down with that. With it still being purple. Or, well, maybe not the same purple, because then I feel like the whole line would look a little synonymous or like amalgamous or whatever. Maybe if it was like, you know, still a more fantastical color than brown. What would be a better color? Like purple would be better. If it was like maybe like a, I don't know, maybe like a darker purple? Maybe the same shade of purple would still just be fine. I feel like, or like a blue. Like a midnight blue. No. Probably like indigo.
I don't fucking know.
What am I, an artist? Oh, he's dark normal? I did not know that. For some reason, I thought he was just mono dark. That's interesting. Maybe green IDK, give him some mange. Some mange. Yeah, oh, make him gross. He could be like purple and green. That'd kind of be sick. Oh my god, what if he, like, this part stayed purple, and then, like, his belly was green? Maybe his ears were green, too? I feel like I'd be a little surprised at him not being, like, poison, though. For him to have such, like, sickly colors. If he was both of them, though. If he was both purple and green, I'd be like, poison type. Gotta be a poison type. And he's a rat. Rats spread the plague. Poison type. And then he's still normal. It honestly is a little weird that they went with such a interesting color for like what is like one of the first like normal type Pokemon. Like, what does he look like in Gen 1? I guess he does kind of just look like a gray mouse in Gen 1. He just looks like a normal mouse with no color. What the fuck is this design? This like doesn't even look like Raticate. This looks like something completely different. Is that crazy to say? Yeah, a lot of the Gen 3 sprites are sadly not really cooking. I feel like that's upsetting to say. These are fine. Still like this one though. Runs away, skipping, along with my opinion that Gen 2 is just peak and nobody can come close to it. Dark Rattata, I don't really care. It doesn't really look that much better or worse to me. Hustle? What is hustle? Boosts the attack stat but lowers accuracy. That would annoy me. I would not want to have hustle. What kind of annoys me about Pokemon is the fact that you get your Pokemon from like random, like all like the abilities and like the natures are like random. I don't know if you can change that in any way, but it's so like trying to actually make in a Pokemon game like a competitive team sounds so long and tedious and hard, and is part of why I've never gotten into competitive Pokemon, or even anything where like I keep all my Pokemon into like a Pokemon, like one of those like Pokemon Home things. I never really felt the need to like move my Pokemon between games, so I just never really got anything like Pokemon Home until recently. Wyatt on his ability tangent again. I fucking hate ability. We're doing this again. We're gonna do this again. Okay, wait, hold on. But Pokemon Champions came out, and that's like that has been like my only way to even try any like competitive Pokemon, or because I also have Pokemon Home now, so that way maybe I could move stuff over to Pokemon Champions. Because I played against some of my friends, and I won a couple times. I've won like 3 times playing against my friends, so I had a confidence boost in my ability to play competitive Pokemon. So I do want to try it a little bit more, but yeah. I don't remember why I brought that up. But abilities fucking piss me off. I fucking hate abilities. I want abilities to be deleted. I'm being hyperbolic. I'm exaggerating. There's literally one change that would remove all of this hatred in my heart for all abilities ever. And that's the fact that it's literally just when the Pokemon comes into combat, have a little pop-in that tells me what its ability is, and then that's it. That's it. Just do that. I don't want to wait and find out that this Pokemon has Sturdy. I don't want to wait and find out that it has Water Absorb or Levitate or whatever. Because just needing that prior knowledge before clicking this attack and just eating the turn, to avoid eating the turn, you just need to have the prior knowledge of what Pokemon can have what abilities. Because it's not like one Pokemon can only have one ability, and that one ability can only be had by one species of Pokemon. If there's a big group of abilities, and all sorts of Pokemon can have all sorts of abilities. I love treating such transformation with myself. It makes them feel so much more tangible, even though they're not real. I completely get that, and that's why I should have started doing that sooner. I should have started doing that sooner. But literally, that's all they need to do. That's all they need to do with those abilities, and I would be completely fine with them, because just what they do is just drastically kind of like deepen and make the combat more interesting, really. Is like not every Pokemon you catch is the same, since they can have multiple abilities. Like even if it's the same species, not every fight can go the same, because not only are we using different moves against each other, we also have different abilities going into each other that can kind of help counter the moves that would normally counter us. It makes the combat better. It just makes the system more complicated, more deep, and more fun, and less of a rock, paper, scissors game. But the fact that the only way, even now, in Pokemon, with the billions of quality of life changes, even now, I'm still just having to randomly eat a turn because I didn't know this dude had Levitate, or I didn't know this dude had Water Absorb, or I didn't know this dude had freaking Sapsucker or whatever. I don't remember what other types do that. And the only way to do that, the only way to know beforehand, is by opening a wiki just to make sure that they don't have Levitate. It's like, oh, can this Pokemon learn Levitate? Oh, they can. Okay, I probably shouldn't even try the Earth-type move. probably shouldn't even try. Which makes this game wiki slop. Pokemon has always been wiki slop. Pokemon has been getting better at being less wiki slop, because Pokemon has, in the more recent gens, actually started telling people what the moves do before you learn it. I don't remember when they started doing that, but I'm used to playing Gen 2 where they don't tell you what the moves do at all, and the game just kind of bets that you would just want to learn this new move, even though it sucks. And you don't want to learn this new move, especially when you have to make room for HMs. Removing HMs was a huge W. As cool as HMs are, concept-wise, teaching your Pokemon an ability that lets you traverse through the overworld, it sucks that it's an ability that's usually whatever, especially Rock Smash. Even though I'm pretty sure you don't, depending on the region, you don't need Rock Smash. But Rock Smash sucks, and needing to have somebody who knows Rock Smash or Headbutt sucks. Like, I want to teach my Pokemon Hydro Pump, but I can't because I already know Surf, and I'm not going to teach it Hydro Pump and Surf. That's dumb. But also, Pokemon Bank is getting shut down now, so I hate Pokemon forever. I hate Pokemon. I don't remember what I was saying. But yeah, abilities piss me off, and I'm always going to go to the ends of the earth talking about how much I hate abilities and how stupid abilities are, because it just makes me have to open the Pokemon Wiki even more every single time I play the game. But that's really all it does. That's really all it does. It's either I just sit there, eat a turn because it's like, oh, didn't know that. There's no way for me to know that that would happen. Or I open a wiki. And I don't think it's really fun to have a wiki open to me all the time. It kind of depends on the game. I don't really mind it so much, but I don't want to have to do it if it's not already open. Anyways, I remember what I was saying about Raticate. I don't know, basically the same stuff. Raticate, I like his chubby cheeks in the newer version. Honestly, what if Rattata just evolved into this? Because this is kind of just a better design, I feel like. Like, black is just a way more interesting color. Anyways. Eradicate, you're kind of boring. And we killed you in Gen 1 in the ship. So, you're dead anyways. Honestly, Eradicate, I think, is kind of better than these guys. And Alolan Eradicate, he's kind of cool. And it's really just the cheeks, honestly. He's probably like a little better than Metapod. Oh, I forgot this guy. This guy's cool. He's cool. He's cool. Spearow. Spearow's cool. Tiny bird Pokemon. I don't really know what Spearow's purpose is supposed to be. Because we already had a bird with the bugs. It's like, yeah, we have a bee and a butterfly. That makes sense. Here we have a bird and then a bird. And for some reason, one bird evolves twice and the other bird only evolves once. And I don't really know what's supposed to be better between these two. Like the two evolutions of Fearow versus Pidgeot. But I don't... Is this just supposed to be the evil bird? I don't know what this bird is supposed to be. I guess with the names being so gnarly, maybe they are just supposed to be evil, but that's like not really a niche that any Pokemon game ever goes for again. I do like this art though. I like this Gen 1 art. I honestly low-key think it's a little better than Gen 2. I don't remember him looking like this in Gen 2. Is he not in Johto in Gen 2? Is he like only in Kanto? Like, I don't remember ever seeing him in my like current playthrough so far. This is a good sprite. I like this. This is a Gen 3 dub. I honestly think it's better than Gen 4. He's like screaming. He's being evil. Are we serious? Why don't we're not slick, guys. We're not. Wait, is that actually is? I think that actually is a little different. Like the face. He's got a little bit more cheek on this one. But it really just looks like they just flipped it. Hey guys. Hey guys. Was he really just sitting in Gen 6? And then he started flying in Gen 7? That's interesting. I think this droid's pretty good. I mean, he looks a little bored. But I feel like it makes his face look interesting with how sharp it is. Spearow, I haven't gotten like the soft spot for him because I've never used a Spearow or a Fearow that I have for Pidgey. Feels weird putting, I do think they are more interesting than this whole line. But these guys didn't beat the Johto Elite Four with me, so I don't know. I don't know, guys. Probably just put them behind everybody else. There's a lot in B right now, but I reckon that's how it goes. And Fearow. We didn't look at Fearow. Fearow's cool. A lot of people wish he had an evolution. There's a lot of... Something weird is... I gotta go now. Good night. There's a lot of people who talk about... Oh, not a lot of people. I saw one YouTuber make a video about, like, new Pokemon evolutions. Where it was like, here's a lot of Pokemon that I think could use an evolution. And a lot of his reasons for most of them were their stat total isn't over 500 yet. And it's like, I don't think stat totals I don't think a final evolution needs to be over 500. I don't think it needs to be that. I think most, like, over 500 stat total Pokemon are, like, usually, like, a stone evolution or a trait evolution. Because over 500 for, like a campaign run is pretty good. Competitively, it's like, yeah, that's where you want that's where you would want them, like, normally to be. But in, like, a normal campaign, over 500 base stats is, like really good. Like, that's above average, is what I think. You're not just gonna catch a Pokemon and evolve it from leveling up and it be 500, like 500. Like over 500 stat total. You gotta, like, evolve it with a stone, or trade it, or do some wonky donkey dinky dinky bullshit. So I think an evolution would be cool for Fearow, but I think he just kind of looks finished. And I don't think his stat total is, like, bad enough. I mean, yeah, he's whatever, but he's like an early route Pokemon. They're not really supposed to be amazing.
I think it's fine that a lot of Pokemon are bad and stay that way.
Even though I just went on my whole tirade about how I wish there were more good bug Pokemon. But I also made a point during that I understand why most of them are bad. I understand why most of them are bad, because they're bugs. We got Ekans. It makes sense. If we're gonna start off with having a bunch of poison types, it makes sense for our mono poison to be a little snake guy. Because they're animals. There are a lot of poison types that I kind of forget about. I forget about the muck line and the coughing line a lot for some reason. Like, I forget they exist. And I don't know why. Ekans, I don't know, he looks cool. I've never been much of a fan of this line. I feel like I do want to try it at some point, like try having myself an Ekans or an Arbok at some point, because Arbok looks a little cool. But I just kind of have never really interested in it. He looks funny. He's got a little, like, Simpsons mouth. He looks like a Simpsons character. He looks like he's gonna drop his donut dough, spill his soda dough, hits the doorway dough, ruins his whole day dough. Why is his mouth always open like that? He doesn't have teeth. I just noticed that. Ekans doesn't have, like, snake teeth. Snakes are, like, iconic for their teeth. And his mouth is, like, always open. He's like, man, and he doesn't have, like, or even a snake tongue. He's got a round, flat tongue. He's got a round, flat tongue. And he's torturing people with skinny serpentine tongues. Moves slightly and stealthily. Eats the eggs of birds, such as pigeon sparrow whole. Is there anything that talks about its weird mouth? I mean, I guess this mouth does look primed for eating eggs. That's the tongue you need for swallowing eggs. You can't have room for teeth if you're trying to swallow eggs. Me when I'm gonna eat eggs. Villager gets the longer it grows, just like me. At night, it wraps its long body around tree branches to rest. It can freely detach its jaw to swallow large prey whole. It can become too heavy to move, however. I mean, you could swallow me whole, but you plan. You know what I'm saying, guys? I'm out. Ekans is whatever. I don't really care about Ekans. Probably more into it. You know what? We're gonna make some room. We're gonna make some room. Make some noise. You guys are going down to C. Just gonna make a little bit more room in the B tier, just to balance this whole thing out. C tier is probably like the most forgotten tier to me. Back-to-back preference. And then you guys can go here. Arbok is a little cooler though. Oh my god, the freaking Diamond and Pearl, like, walking animation. I just remember the Diamond and Pearl, like, Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl were, like, walking animations of Ekans. It's crazy. It's insane. Why the side of Instagram Reels you're on is concerning the Homer stuff. I'm not, it was actually, it's funny you say that. Ryan was actually talking about my Reels, like, right before the stream, because we were going reel for real. And my Reels were just, like, scary, like, people staring at the camera and, like sounds being played and, like, static noise and just, like somebody in a dark room while, like, an old man goes and then, like, Ryan's is like, should we ban... I don't know. It'd be like Ryan was calling it, like, discussion slop. Ryan would be like, what do we think about art when it... I can't even think of an example. It was too complicated for my brain. I need Reels where an old man goes... And Ryan was like, your Reels are actually haunted. I'm like, I'm sorry, bro. Sorry. Strokes cheek. Sorry, bro. I'm sorry. Arbok, Cobra backwards. I don't think Arbok needs an evolution, honestly. I think it makes sense for him to be, like, okay. I like him more than Ekans. He's like, whatever. He can go wherever the fuck he wants. He can go right there. I don't give a damn. I like his cool little face. He's got more of a snake-like face now. And he's got a fucking big old worm body. Oh, wow. It's Arbok. I don't give a fucking shit about Arbok. He can learn Haze. And Poison Jab. Wow. I should pick up a... Is he physical? Isn't Poison special in Gen 1? This is one of those weird guys. Where you can't get stab off of any of his, like, type moves. Or like with his good stat. You can't get stab with his good stat. He has a 65. That's horrible. That's one of his worst stats. That's his second worst stat. But if you have him... Hold on, let me double check. Is Poison special? Wait, no, I think it's physical. Is Poison physical? Is Poison physical or special in Gen 3? Okay, they are physical. Is there an image I can look at? I need to memorize this, because this is something I forget a lot. Okay, never mind. Screams at nothing. Doesn't change the fact that that's what Gyarados suffers. Gyarados has to use, like, Tackle. Or Bite. I think in Gen 1, Bite's normal. Yeah, because Dark didn't exist in Gen 1. But then Dark comes around, and then Dark is special? Dark, why is Dark special? Because now, even people, like... Because now Bite, which was, like, one of the only moves that, like, Gyarados had going for it that would, like, use its physical attack, isn't a physical move anymore. And it's special. Same thing with, like, Feraligatr. Feraligator's a physical attacker, but he can't use that physical attack on water moves. And the only other moves that he has is, like, Bite, which is also special, or Cut, which sucks. But, like, you gotta know Cut if you want to cut those bushes. Unless you, I don't know, just bring a guy. If the bushes were cut just forever, and it wasn't, like, go to the next screen, come back, and the bush is still there, I would be fine even if the bush was only came back on, like, whenever you booted up the game. The fact that you just, for traversing the world, maybe until after you learn Fly or something, you just gotta have a guy who can know Cut all the time. Like, my starter would always be the guy who knows Cut in Gen 2. I don't know. Maybe I need to, my next run of Gen 2, I feel like I need to try into more, speccing into more HM slaves, people that I can only use for HMs and nothing else. Even though you need HMs for, what was it? I'm pretty sure it's a victory. You need Flash and Strength, I think. But the thing is that Flash sucks. But Strength is alright. Strength is alright. Where do you... Oh yeah, wow. We're already on to Pikachu. Finally, we're on to Pikachu. Partner Pikachu. He's got a little bit... Is he different? He's entirely different? Did they improve his stats because he's a starter in Let's Go? That's interesting. Can Partner Pikachu evolve? Probably not, I think. Wow, Pikachu kind of sucks. I actually, the first time I used a Pikachu was in my Gen 1 playthrough. I evolved him. How good is Raichu? Raichu's, like, good. He's a stone evolution, and not even he has above 500 stat total. I think that's a weird thing to say, is like, they could use an extra evolution, because their stat total isn't up to 500 yet. And it's like, what? 500 is, like, really good. 500 is, like, way above average. For competitive, it's like, what? It's like, fine. For competitive, it's like, they're not even 500 stat total? That's weird. That makes sense, but Pokemon is like way more than its competitive scene. And I feel like saying that a Pokemon needs an evolution because it's not good competitively is a weird thing to say. Because that evolution would be adding a lot more to Pokemon than what it would be adding to just competitive Pokemon. Adding a new Pokemon entirely for only the need of competitive is really weird. That's really weird, because Pokemon is so much bigger than its competitive scene, I feel like. Maybe that's where the most active people in the fan base are, probably, but that's not where most of the fan base is. Most of the fan base is like normal people. Most of the biggest freakazoids about the base are the people in the competitive scene, but whatever. Anyways. I didn't even know he was only 485. Anyways, we'll get back to Pikachu. Pikachu is... What can people say about Pikachu? I like Pikachu. Everybody likes Pikachu. I don't think anybody could possibly pretend and say that they don't like Pikachu. There is more discussion around Chonkachu, though. I will say I'm not so much into, like, I don't know, this. It's like the Pokemon with, like, the light bulb head. This Pikachu is weird. He's a little weird. Though I don't think Chonkachu is my favorite Pikachu. Like these Pikachu, this is the chonkiest Pikachu I think has ever been. I feel like, what is this from? This is from Red and Blue. I feel like it had to have been like this art that like ended up leading to his more modern design, where he has more of like a shape about him than just being a fat circle. I don't know, it's cool that he's a fat circle, and he can also kick ass, but I remember my original reason for not being on the side of Chonkachu was the fact that it makes more sense if he's like a fast creature. If he's a fast little rat that shoots lightning bolts and can fight, it makes sense to have more of a flexible build. But like, I think it's also kind of cool to have not a flexible build and also still be able to do all those things. I will say, he looks not fast. The only thing that's giving fast about him is the lightning bolt. So it doesn't really make sense that that's his best stat by like a long shot. But then when you see this, it makes a little bit more sense. I don't know, I think there's even sides to Chonkachu. I don't entirely prefer Chonkachu. I feel like they have an equilibrium for me. Where the reasons to like Chonkachu, I feel like is also a reason to like modern Pikachu. Not this thing. This guy is a little gross. And it's probably, I'm sure somebody could probably see this and be like, there is literally no difference between that and this now. There's literally no difference, and you're crazy for saying that. It's like, nah, it's not crazy to say that. It's not crazy to say that. This guy has a way more bulbous head. He has a full-on circle head. And he looks weird. He's becoming more of a tiny little person, and you can tell that because of how many clothes they put him in. And we've already had that whole person discussion. He's a mouse. Wait, he's the mouse? And then Raditz is also a mouse Pokemon. I guess I just never noticed that. I thought he was like the electric mouse Pokemon or something. Pikachu, everybody likes Pikachu, bro. Bro, everybody likes Pikachu. Don't say to yourself, what? Nah, I don't, what? Nah. He'd probably just go at the bottom of it. Raichu, I like Raichu even more. It's funny, there's like been a bit throughout like a lot of my like Pokemon playthroughs where I'll catch a Pikachu and then just never use it. I'll catch a Pikachu because I'm like, it's Pikachu. You gotta catch Pikachu, and I just never. It's like the one Pokemon that I never like level up once. And I did it like twice in a row from like X and Y to Sun and Moon by pure chance. I did not mean to just keep catching a Pikachu and then just leaving it alone. But then I noticed one day when I was looking back at my other saves that I just kept doing that. And I was like, okay, well, I think it's just a tradition now that I catch a Pikachu and just don't use it. But I broke it with Kanto, and I'm like, I do want to use a Pikachu at some point. Especially in this game where there's not as many options. So yeah, and I like Raichu. Raichu is pretty cool, and I think he's pretty good, despite the fact that his BST is not over 500. Alolan Raichu. He's pretty cool. Hold on. Oh my god. Do I have to look at all these? Guys, should I talk about every single cosplay Pikachu? I low-key was just ignoring them. Hold on, let's look at all these. Sugimori artwork. Is that the artist? Oh, and Gigantamax. I guess we didn't talk about Gigantamax. It's just Chonkachu. The tail's a lightning bolt. That's cool. He doesn't have like the weird certain shapes. I think only the starters really had that. And he's got the clouds above his head. I guess it's cool that the tail reaches that high. It kind of looks like the tail is kind of the thunder's like could be coming from the clouds in a way. But like it's obviously not. But it's like looks kind of cool. It's just he's wearing all the caps. Alola. Owen. That's cute. That's freaking cute, bro. Original cat. Johto, Kalos, Owen. Pikachu Bell. That's cute. It's Pikachu in a dress. This is pretty cute. Pikachu Libre. Pikachu Libre is iconic. Pikachu Libre, I feel like, is always... Is Pikachu Libre in Smash Ultimate? I feel like I should just have that memorized, but I don't. I don't remember if he's in Ultimate or not. She is on Ultimate. Oh, I guess cosplay Pikachu is this one, like, girl Pikachu that has, like, the black shape. Huh. Huh, that's cool. And then Pikachu Libre's in Pokken. See, Pikachu Libre is iconic. Rockstar. I love this. Popstar is awesome. This is also cool. PhD. And then there's more caps. Oh my god. Wait, there's multiple artworks of all the different cosplay Pikachus? Bro, there's definitely... Oh my god. There's honestly not even that many of them. I remember, for some reason I was thinking there's like a billion of them. There's 5 of them. Okay, Pikachu. Oh, this is the cosplay Pikachu. Honestly, kind of like a little bit more than Pikachu. The heart at the end, the black heart at the end is kind of cool. Fucking, this is gonna take up so much room in the thing. They're all Pikachu, so they're all in the same tier as Pikachu. This is probably my least favorite. This is probably my favorite. And then this is, like, this is cool. And then there's Pikachu Libre, and then there's the nerd one. And then, there we go. And that's them in order. That's all the Pikachus in order. That's all the Pikachus. Okay, I couldn't scroll for a second, and I was scared that my PC was crashing. Honestly, I should go to bed soon. We'll go a little bit further. Raichu. Like this guy. Like this guy. He's cool. He's got his tail is awesome. His ears are cool. They look a little weird, but you know, he's cool. Raichu's awesome. He's got a little bit of poopy on his toes and feet, but like, so do I. So, you know, who can hate on a dude for having a little bit of poopy on his soles and feet? Oh my god, there's so many fucking. I'm not rating the hat Pikachus. We're skipping the hat Pikachus. We're skipping partner Pikachu. We're putting Raichu on the board. Raichu is awesome. He goes like Raichu goes like over here. And then Alolan Raichu is really cool. Hold on, we'll get there. Alolan Raichu probably. All right. Anyways, here's Raichu. He's awesome. That's all I can say. Let's look at some sprite work. I am curious as to what the sprite work looks like. See, the orange just can't hop in the black and white. And this is just something sad that all of Gen 1 in general has, is the lack of colors is a little hard to work with to make it look visually appealing. And I also can't really say they did their best, because a lot of the drawings in general are also not very good, I think. But they make up for it entirely in every way with the sequel, with color and drawings that are just better in every way. Ooh, yeah. It low-key looks like it's not just a curve with the ear here. It looks like the ear might start here and then just has this weird It looks like it could just be wings coming out of his back, like not even ears. And then he gets a little desaturated for some reason. I feel like if they... Ew! He's like dead-ass yellow here. What happened? He's literally like Peach. What? He was such a deep orange. He was such a deep and interesting orange. And then nothing happened. Wasn't there originally an evolution of Raichu? Or am I thinking of something else? No, I think I'm thinking of the electric... No! What? Was it this guy? Gorochu. Imagine his stat total. Okay. Was this real? Is this like somebody's like recreation of it? Raichu needs an evolved form like Gorochu, because his base stat total isn't 500. I don't think that's true. Oh, did they make him... Wait, that's weird. He completely swapped. What? He was orange, and then they make the shiny orange, and then here he's like, I don't even know what fucking color they're going for here. It's dark yellow, like a shady yellow, and then they swap it. But this is just a better color. If they kept that same lightning bolt color and then just made him orange, he would look good. I don't know, is what I think. Like this. I don't know, but just a little darker. Just a little darker. Did I put it? I don't think he needs a Gorochu. I don't think that... Obviously, that was made before Pichu was even, like, envisioned. Gorochu would make sense in a world without Pichu, but, like... If any Pokemon line is gonna get 4 levels, it probably would be Pikachu, but it's... we just don't need to evolve Raichu. We just don't need to. We really don't need to. They don't even have the artwork here. Don't even have the artwork. I like Raichu's tail. I like Alolan Raichu. He's fun and awesome. I like how round he is. I like how soft he is. He just makes he just gets so much rounder. I like that he surfs on his tail. That's genius. The fact that he's psychic now, and that's the reason why he can float on his tail in the first place. That's genius. Surge Surfer, just sounds like he'd be his own, like, unique ability. Alolan Raichu is awesome. And, yeah, we can probably keep on going. Sandshrew. Low-key forget Sandshrew exists sometimes. There are a lot of Kanto Pokemon where I kind of forget they exist sometimes. This is awesome. I love this. He's Ice Steel? Alolan Sandshrew is Ice Steel? And you need to evolve him with the Ice Stone. That's kind of bullshit. Why not just level up normally? That's kind of annoying. Special attack is 10. That's like the lowest stat I've seen. It's even less than this guy's. And he's also a mouse Pokemon. Wouldn't he be a shrew? Isn't that a Pokemon? Shrew. Oh, not a Pokemon. Shrews are a type of Pokemon. Are shrews mice? Tiny mouse-like mammals. I feel like you could easily just call him the shrew Pokemon. Even if a shrew is like a mouse, basically. Just call him the shrew Pokemon. He has Sandveil? That's interesting. I think his Gen 1 sprite is pretty good. I like the little dot eyes. I do like this sprite a lot, though. This one, sadly, I feel like this is one of the rare Gen 2 ones where the colors aren't really cooking. These colors are just better. He's kind of too brown. These ones, I feel like they did pretty good with, like, being black and white. I like it a lot. Nah. Gen 3, I think, might have the best Sandshrew sprite. Poisonally. It's like, I feel like it has likability in it. This guy, he's like on all fours. I feel like it's not very interesting. This guy's just sitting here, and for some reason his eyes are a little blue, which I don't really like that. This one has like the most personality, and I think it probably does Sandshrew the best. I like this artwork. He looks so soft. But he still has, like, the bricks. Like, the brick feeling. Because, like, this Sandshrew looks so hard. He's bulky. They put effort into defining the shapes around him. Like this is one hard circle and then another hard circle. Where here his neck kind of bumps out a little bit, and it looks like his back kind of squishes in behind his little fat bulbous arm. He doesn't look like hard round, he just kind of looks like fat round. And that's an interesting way to draw Sandshrew, even though it's like a pretty early drawing of Sandshrew. I've never seen this art before. I like it. I like this. This is an idea for Sandshrew. They don't really have much Sandshrew art. Alolan Sandshrew. Hold on, let's put bro on the thing. Sandshrew. I like Sandshrew. I like him, and I like Sandslash. Alolan Sandshrew, I think, looks even better. Making him even chunkier and even bigger and making him ice is cool. I don't know why he's steel. I guess it's just kind of cool to be steel, but it's cool. Okay, now it all makes sense. It's cool to be steel. Throws up. Says something so unfunny and cringy that I genuinely hurl up all of my sugar candy. Yo, no, it'll go to waste. Slurps it back up. Gets high all over again. Oh, no, it's happening again. Anyways. Alolan Sandshrew is a little better. I feel like not crazy better where I want to put like space between them. But yeah. Sandslash. Sandslash is cool. Probably my favorite. I don't remember. Because there's also Nidoking. I like Nidoking. I was trying to think of like favorite ground type in Gen 1. And I do like Sandslash. I've never used him though. I've never used Sandslash. What was this? What was this? Oh, his defense is super high. Okay. That makes sense. He looks pretty good. But he doesn't, but his base stat... I need to stop doing that. I'm arguing with a wall. Arguing with a scarecrow. With a straw man. This doesn't look very good. And I think it's because the spikes are a little too short. I think this... Maybe there's just... Maybe not... Maybe there's too many spikes, and that's why they're so short. Wait, what? This also has, like, a lot of spikes. And this one... Look at the additional art. I feel like this one art has, like, the least amount of spines than all the other ones. This looks cool. I love how it like, they're bigger, pointier, and sharper, and they're hard and made of ice. That's cool. It's cool. His shiny looks really good. I really like this shiny color. Another one in Crystal. This line is just brown, I guess. This line is just brown in Series 1 and Gen 2. I'm losing my ability to speak. Just reusing the sprite sometimes. I think this is the best sprite though. Maybe. I love the Gen 2 like little animations they do when they start out. Maybe if I saw that, I could maybe like it a little bit more, because he probably does like little like claw slashes, like whoosh whoosh, yeah. That would probably make me like it more. And he's like, hey, what's up? Yo, bro. Curls up into a spiny ball when threatened. It can roll while curled up to attack or to escape. It is skilled at slashing enemies with claws. If broken, they start to grow back in a day. Oh, kind of like my claws. Interesting. Anyways, Sandslash. Yeah, I like you more. Probably not as much as Alolan Sandshrew. Probably put both of you guys like this, honestly. Nice. We'll do one more. We'll do one more, like, line. what a line to go out on. The one that's just bloated. Well, I guess we can just do Nidoran to Nidoqueen. For some reason, I was thinking... Oh, yeah! Because they are different Pokemon. For some reason, I thought it would show Nidoran, and then it would either evolve into Na-na-na-na or Na-na-na-na, and then Nidoqueen or Nidoqueen. But that's not how it works. I don't know how I messed that up. LARPer, because it's just because I'm a LARPer, guys. Guys, I'm just a LARPer. Can a guy LARP? And it's because they didn't have like sex in Gen 1. If all the Pokemon had like genders the way they do now, then they probably would have just done it as Nidoran girl and Nidoran boy are the same Pokedex like slot. It's just the girls look like this and the boys look like this, and then the girls evolve into this and the boys evolve into this. Like, they would probably have the same page here. It would be like, click on this one to see if it's a girl, click on this one to see like what the boy looks like. I don't think I've used the Nido King. I might have in my Gen 1 playthrough. I don't remember. But Nidoqueen is a Pokemon I'm currently working with in my Gen 2 playthrough, and it's a little tricky. Nidoqueen, the Nido line is a lot more complicated than I thought it would be. I thought you could just, I don't know, just evolve it when you feel like it, at least in Crystal, evolve it when you feel like it, and then it learns bigger moves, bigger, stronger moves that get stab or something. But there's not really any good poison type moves other than maybe Toxic. But I'm not trying to use Toxic with these guys. I want to hit them with something big and strong, which I think it learns Earthquake. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't learn Earthquake. What does it learn? Pressure. Nothing. It learns Body Slam. I'm pretty sure I evolved it too late for her to learn Body Slam. What does Nidorina learn? It's just a bunch of normal and poison type moves. They don't learn... The ground type doesn't learn a ground type move. Yeah, Poison Sting, Tail Whip, Bite, Fury Wipes. Wipes. Fury Wipes. Like, you're just so mad at how little that you shit. But you still got, like, shit in between your cheeks, so you just got... Ah! I'm so mad! Fury! I'm Fury Wiping! It's super effective. Wiped two times. Wiped 2 times. Parenthesis S. What was I saying? Oh, that's cool. Do they flip the colors for the shinies? I don't know anything about the shiny colors. Also, this Gen 1 sprite looks fine. Looks pretty good for a Gen 1 sprite. This is awesome, though. I love the way this looks. And this probably takes the cake, because just the color alone kind of kicks these ones as asses. This is pretty good. Gen 3 is not really cooking as much. The angle for this one is kind of what gives it a little bit of a downside against this one, but it's just the fucking colors, bro. The colors. Anyway, we're on the wrong guy. But yeah, their deal, what makes them so good is the fact that they can learn so many TMs, which I just didn't realize. So yeah, this is a weird line. The fact that they're poison ground, but that's only really a defensive thing, at least in Gen 2. I don't know how they work in other gens. In Gen 2, you're really just supposed to give them, I don't know, like Ice Beam or something. Even though I'm pretty sure they're more physical attackers. So Ice Punch, but the physical special split doesn't exist. Anyways. Design? I like them. It feels pretty arbitrary that this line is poisonous, because I feel like what we have going here is armored spiky mice. That's what we have here. Because this is a made-up species of armored mouse thing, which is cool. we're getting into the more cooler Pokemon that are more like made up. So the fact that it's like, oh, these needles are poisonous, and it just adds another like 6 Pokemon from this whole line into the poison pool, I feel like is kind of needless. I feel like, yeah, and it feels weird to make it normal. I don't know, it's covered in like thorns and stingers. I guess it makes sense for it to be poison, but I feel like you could also just kind of have it be like rock or something. Ground makes sense. You could probably just keep it as ground the whole time. I don't know. I think the poisonous doesn't come off at all in its design, and it just kind of feels weird that I honestly always have to remind myself that this line is poison, because it just kind of doesn't look poison at all. Other than that, I think they're cool. I like these. I like these earlier Pokemon that are just kind of big, fat, armored guys. Padfoot Lapon, good day. Stumbled upon this stream and decided why not. I might as well. Well, welcome. I'm talking about Pokemon, and I'm also making a tier list. We're not gonna finish it. We're not gonna do every Pokemon. We're just gonna do a little bit. Just a little bit. Nidoran girl. That's interesting. Can you guys see my tab? Can you say you can see the girl emoji? It does an emoji in the tab. That's weird. Anyways, Nidoran girl. You're like okay. Where'd I put you? You're like, okay, you're better than all, like, the other, like, normal people. But you're not really as cool as Kakuna, honestly. Honestly. Is what I think. Nidorina is also cool. I like Nidorina. I like that she's, like, a little angry. I'm pretty sure Nidorino is also pretty angry. Oh, but he's like on his feet still. Nidorino is like still on his feet. Does he ever? He's like never drawn standing up. That's interesting. Is that like in a quick to attack a horn on it secretes a powerful venom. Its horn contains venom. I don't know, but leak out. I'm seeing if there's like anything written anywhere about like why Nidorina stands up. Speaking of Pokemon, I don't know what to shiny hunt. I'm still in ZA, but I was doing Shalfa Whirlipede after 3 phases I got bored. Shiny hunting in ZA. Sounds like it is much easier than shiny hunting anywhere else. I don't know what all Pokemon are in ZA. I haven't played ZA. Probably never will. I still need to beat Legends Arceus. I still haven't beat Legends Arceus. I've played so many Pokemon games, and I've beat like a little handful. I've beaten Gen 2, Gen 6, Gen 7, Gen 8. Like, I've started Gen 1, haven't beat Gen 1, started Gen 3, haven't beat Gen 3, started Gen 4. Wait, I don't remember. Actually, I don't remember. No, I have beat Gen 4. I've beat the... Well, it wasn't Gen 4. I beat the remake. But the remake is, like, baby stupid easy. But I haven't beat real Gen 4. I haven't even played any of Gen 5. I have not started a save file in any Gen 5 game. And that's a big one. That's big. Started Scarlet and Violet. I haven't. I'm like maybe like 20, 30 hours in the Scarlet and Violet. Still haven't beaten it. Freaking Legends Arceus. I'm a huge Pokemon LARPer. And clearly, that means I'm perfectly fit to make a stream like this. Poison Pin Pokemon. So we evolved from the Mouse Pokemon to the Poison Pin Pokemon. My point still stands, where you can tell me that these are poisonous all day long, but this animal just kind of doesn't look poisonous to me. It just doesn't look poisonous. Maybe the idea was coming from poisonous mouse, because poisonous mice don't really exist. They wanted to have a poison that was also a mammal, which I guess I understand, but it doesn't really look, I don't know. I feel like poison, I would want it to look a little nasty, or something that's like super vibrant. Something that's like those like frogs. The way those frogs got those big spots are like, don't eat me, I'm poisonous. These are pretty normal colors. I mean, it's wild that they're blue, but I don't know. It doesn't really pop out to me, especially in like the world of Pokemon. Probably duck in and out every so often. Have fun. Oh, we'll probably do like, I said this was the last line, but I'll probably do like one. I'll probably do the Nido. I'll do the Nidoking line and then we'll end it. I do gotta go to bed. Yeah, that was Nidorina. I do like Nidorina. It's cool that she stands up. Is there a Pokedex entry that talks about why she stands up? Develops slowly, prefers physical attacks such as clawing and biting. Oh, yeah, because Nidorino already had his horn here, so she doesn't. So she wouldn't use like head ramming tactics because she doesn't have that horn. She would use her claws. That makes sense. That makes sense. Hi. Hello. Where'd she go? I do like her more than Kakuna. Probably. I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. More than Charmander? Probably. I don't know. I'm getting crazy. Blah, 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 blah. Moonstone is very weird. I don't really understand what the deal with Moonstone evolutions is supposed to be, because it doesn't make them more moonier. It makes sense for Pokemon that are like Firestone on the fire Pokemon. I'm bigger and I'm more fierier. But the Moonstone, it's like, what is it? Because it evolves. What all does it evolve? It does the Wigglytuff, I'm pretty sure. The Wigglytuff. It does. Yeah, well, does these guys? It does. I think it does. One of the other pink ones. Does it do Chansey? But doesn't Chance? No, I'm not thinking of Chansey. I'm thinking of Clefable. Wait, hold on. Can I click on Moonstone and it shows me who all evolves with it? Clefairy into Clefable. Okay. I didn't know that. And then these two. Oh, yeah, Clefairy into Clefable. Okay. For some reason, I had these guys confused. For some reason, I was like, wait, but didn't the evolution get added? I think I had these guys confused for the Blissey line. No Queen, Drill Pokemon. I don't know what party is supposed to be a Drill. I feel like Nidoking has a lot more Drillage, unless Nidoking is also Drill. I don't know. The boobs are a little strange, I will say. They're a little strange, but they are also a little cool because they're like armor boobs. So like Pokemon with big boobies is like, at one point it's like, okay, that's, I don't know why you did that, but on the other hand, they're armored, so it still kind of looks a little cool. It still kind of looks a little natural. And then there's like the fact that she's got like big, like underwear on. It's the boobies in the underwear. She's like in her underwear. That's a little weird. That's a little weird. As long as you just keep looking at it as like it's just armor plates. It's not boobies. It's not huge pantyhose. It's just colored armor plates. I like Nidoqueen. Nidoqueen is cool. She can go like right next to. I don't give a damn. Okay, we'll do one more line. And going to bed. Who is after these guys, by the way? I'm just curious. Oh, okay. Well, we just looked at them. Anyways, this guy, Nidoran. I like him more than Nidoran girl. Honestly, where did I put her? Where did I put her? Oh yeah. She's like a fat mouse that goes, where this guy's like, he's like a tough guy. He's like a little tough guy, and he's little, and his head is huge, and he's got big ass ears. He's got an awesome horn. He's honestly kind of better. This is one where my soft spot for having used one species and not having used another species just kind of doesn't work, because I think this guy just looks a lot better. Honestly, he probably goes maybe just above Kakuna. And then I just closed the tab. And I can't I can't control shift T because I'm in incognito. Give me a second, everybody. Do not go on your Subway Surfers. Do not go on your Subway Surfers. Oh, brother. What is this? What? Oh, did I just look up Pokemon? pokemondb. Guys, you didn't see that. Guys. No, brother. Give me the national dex. Dang. So long of talking, and we're only this far. Let's chill, though. Nidorino. I think also cooler. I think he's also cooler. I'm a boy. I like boy things that are big and tough and strong. I don't know. But I like her arms, though. I kind of like her more. I feel like her shape is more appealing. She's like a little pear. And this guy's like I don't know, a little box. It's a little ugly. He's supposed to be. But, you know, that comes with its consequences. Yeesh. Yeah, another Gen 3 loss on the sprite work. It is interesting because I feel like I do like the lighting of this sprite, but for some reason we kind of dropped it for Gen 4 and 5. I think I like, out of these ones, I like Gen 5 the most, but out of all of them, I think I like Gen 2 the most. Maybe if Gen 2 had Gen 5's colors, like maybe try to make the inside a little green, and then just make this like pink, more purple-y. I think that'd be cooler. Oh, brother. He's trying. He's trying to look good with what he's given. But there's only so much he can do. He's trying his best to still look so hard and rock his own character design, but it's just so hard when he's just fucking standing there. It's so hard. And then Nidoking is awesome and probably A tier, honestly. Nidoking probably better than Pikachu. Honestly, probably better than Butterfree. Honestly, if we're being real. Honestly, okay, we'll put him right here. We went a little crazy there. Nidoking just kind of popped the fuck off. So he's also the drill poke. Okay, so they're both drill poke. Oh, I love this. He's got these weird arms. It's like one big blob. It's like one big like hard circle. And then it goes to like ink. And then this is like big joint. He's a big armored beast. He's a big beast and it's cool. I feel like one of the first designed Pokemon, I remember it being like some like big green lizard thing that kind of just looks exactly like this guy. This guy looks like he could have been like what like inspired Pokemon to become like a whole franchise. I could easily see, like, one dude, like, drawing this and being like, I want to have a bunch of monsters that are like this. I know it was not this guy that inspired Pokemon. It was like a billion things. I like collecting bugs, and I also like Ultraman or something. Something like that. When an Ultraman and a bug love each other very much, they make a Pokemon. Pretty much. Which is a metaphor for How I Met Your Mother. I was the bug, and your mother was Ultraman. Oh, and I guess that's everything. Well, I don't know. I don't know what else to talk about. Let me look at more artwork with this guy. Oh, that rocks! Oh, that rocks! Oh! This rocks. This doesn't go as hard, but this is also really cool. His horn is so big in this one. It's so big, and he's so blue. He feel like it's also like the angles are like harder in this one. He looks more rough. He also just has like a bunch more spikes, and they go boom, boom, boom in all sorts of directions. The fact that I think is so cool about these earlier designs is that, like with these 2D drawings, is that you can kind of, you know, it's a drawing of like a fictitious like monster. You can draw, for the sake of like a cool drawing or a cool silhouette for the monster, you can kind of just change it however you want to make the silhouette look cooler. But as you keep drawing it more and more, and especially after you get 3D models, it kind of needs to start getting more consistent, which I think leads to a lot of Pokemon just kind of looking the same among each other, even though I would completely believe one dude drawing this, another dude drawing this, and then it's like two of the same species. They just look different because different entities look different from each other. That felt weird, like describing, but you know, everybody understands what I'm saying. His tail is also super long. Like everything about him is either like longer or bigger. Oh, this is early artwork of him. That's probably why it doesn't look like this, because it's early artwork. I really like it. I like some of this early artwork. I feel like this could, even though it's like not a final design of this guy, this still passes, I feel like, as a Nidoking could look today. It's just no Nidoking in any game is gonna look like this, because we're just gonna reuse the model, or we're just gonna use this as a reference for like a drawing. I don't know if any of that rant about like the 2D artwork made any sense at all. This is cool. I like his blue. Yeah, I really like shiny Nidoking. This is a little upsetting. Rare Gen 4L, I feel like. Gen 3 is also a little rough. I think it's because his head is so huge and his body looks tiny. Fours is just upsetting because his back is pointed towards us, which his back is cool and everything. It's just his front is way cooler. I think it's nice that we can do stuff like this with the poses, where we can just try to change it up a little bit, but like, you know, that leads to some being better than others. He's another one. He's another one where it still works in the Gen 1 art style. My favorite out of all these, this is pretty good, but I also like this. I feel like this one still has some early scuff about it. This one looks a lot more like a finalized Nidoking. But I love Gen 2 sprites. I love Gen 2. Anyways. Yeah, everybody. That was that. Thank you for coming to my little makeup stream. I don't know what I'm gonna stream next. The options have gone down for content in general until I get that new power supply for my PC, or until I do some other trick that Redditors tell me to try on my PC, and then my PC can start working again. But yeah, regular videos are not promised for soon. I don't know when they'll come back, But I'll try to stream more often to make up for it, but that's gonna be tricky, especially if I'm, you know, doing a bunch of other things on top of it. But yeah, we'll try to be back. Like I was considering doing Crystal tonight, but first like I was like I don't really want to draw like a whole thumbnail. I guess I could stream drawing thumbnails because I have thumbnails I need to draw, and I could probably just do that. That could honestly be the next stream. I could probably stream drawing thumbnails, not tomorrow. Probably not tomorrow. I don't know. I don't fucking know. No. Tomorrow I'm hanging out with Ryan. Tomorrow I'm hanging out with Ryan all day. Then Sunday I'm going to work, and then I'm hanging out with Kira. And then Monday I'm going to work. And Tuesday I'm going to work. I don't know. I don't know when I can stream next, but I do want to try streaming more often. I feel like I say that a lot, but like especially now, since that can only really be my only source of content. And also streams kind of do pretty good. Like the average stream has more views than the average video. I kind of have forgotten to start doing what I like to do what I would like used to do with streams. Before, I would try to be conscious about not having the stream be too long to have it be more watchable for VOD watchers. But I don't know. I kind of stopped doing that. Because as much as I would love to have somebody come back and watch the VODs, I also like streaming for like more than an hour, so I do that. Anyways, everybody. Here, we'll look back at rat image. I'll see if I can try to like upgrade rat image on my laptop, because I went to the PC, and then when I made a rat image on PC, it became just what we saw as we see it now. And then this rat image was left behind. So yeah, we'll go back to I don't know. I'll see what I can do with this rat image in the meantime. But yeah, the Stone Age rat image will have to do for now. And just some streams will have to do for now until I can fix my PC. Anyways, bye-bye, everybody. I don't know much about Pokemon, but my favorite Pokemon is Magikarp. That is awesome. That is awesome. I do feel bad. I feel like YouTube specifically tries to push my stream when YouTube knows that I'm about to end the stream. Because I feel like this happens a lot, where I'm about to end and then some people join. And I'm like, oh, sorry. I gotta go to bed. But, oh, Kelly's still here. Kelly, you're still here? That's crazy. Bye, everybody. Good night. Have a good afternoon, morning, evening, everybody. I love you, and make sure to not break your dryer. Please break my dryer. Please break my dryer. Please. Ah! Ah! Oh, God, I'm burping. Oh, my God. I can't stop.